Hey everybody, how are you? How are you? How are you? How are you? How is everybody? We have to. I'm doing a WASI Telethon tonight. I need you guys to tell everybody, like this, share this. I've got to get a word out to people tonight. I've got a person that's very precious to the struggle, person that's been on the front lines out in California. We've got to help her out. 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 And that's what I'm here to do. I got a lot to talk to you about. Share this, like this. I hope that this has come back. I haven't been on here for a while. Lots of updates. We're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. So much to discuss. Please understand, I miss you guys too. Lots of developments that are coming at long last. In fact, next week will basically be my grand opening. I'm going to be back up in here at long last after all this time. After all this time, you have no idea. I see 9 people. Come on in, people. Come on in. Join me, join me, join me, join me, join me. Join me, join me, join me, join me. We haven't done stuff for a while. I've been doing Angry Black Men's Book Club. I've done a couple, not Angry Black, I've been doing the Patriarch Summit on Chef C's on their next platform. A lot of people have been anticipating for me to come back. Uh, I need to just update y'all. I'm trying to take care of me and do other things. Been in battles. So this is why you haven't seen me. I didn't go anywhere. I didn't stop being concerned. I haven't stopped doing anything. I just had to get stuff done. And it's been rough for a second. But let me see, I'm going to add my guest in here. I have a guest today. Let me see if I can get her in, add her to the stage. I have a guest tonight. This is something that you're going to see me do periodically because we've got to stick together. And I'm trying to do this. And folks, I can't wait until next week. My whole life will change for the better next week. I've got all these updates to share with you. I can't wait. 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 How is everybody? Somebody talk to me. We're about to go live on all the channels. This is my first WASI Telethon. This is a WASI Telethon. And I'm doing a WASI Telethon for a WASI. And in a second, y'all gonna understand what I'm up to. I've got to get some things done tonight. I hope a launch. I need to tell you guys lots of things are happening. Lots of things are happening. Great things are happening. I want everybody to share this with everybody else. Everybody else has to know about this. Please tell other people Dr. Short is on. Yeah, I need to understand there's all kinds of garbage going on in my life. Stuff's been out of control. If y'all wonder where I was, come on, somebody reach out and say hi to me. Don't hide. Um, Lots of stuff going on. A lot of us, you're not seeing us for reasons that you wouldn't believe how stupid stuff is. Sometimes there's a reason, but I want y'all to know my heart's always with people that follow and we share. I want everybody to know that I am here and I'm trying to add. Okay, let me do it again. I think I got her. Okay, I got my wisely here. Yay, praise the Lord.
Hey,
Yes, this is one of the most wonderful people in the world here. And I'm this is a WASI telethon. I've never done well, I've done this for other people, and I'm going to probably start doing this. I may have to do one other thing, y'all, in a second. Okay, because I'm being disturbed by nature. Hold on one second. 1 second. I'll be right back. Talk
Okay.
to him, Aja. Say hi to him. Keep him
Hello,
on.
everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight. It is a blessing. I'm here with my brother in Christ, Dr. Short. My name is Aja Smith, and I am in California. I ran for Congress a few times out here, and I am a U.S. Air Force veteran. And right now, we have a lot of issues in the VA. And one of the biggest issues that I've seen in what I'm experiencing is racism. And the VA and how the government treats Black veterans, especially, they want to deny us and prolong what belongs to us, what we earned. And what we earned, especially, is our VA benefits. I have been fighting for a year just to get my VA benefits. Last year, my mother died of terminal stage 4 cancer in 2 months. And we lived together. Prior to that, we were taking care of my great uncle. He died of stage 4 cancer. And prior to that, my grandmother. And so, with back to back deaths and everybody dying of cancer, I was kind of okay, but I said I need to apply for my VA benefits to get more income coming in so I can sustain everything. And it's been a year. I applied 1 November in 2023. And I was told that I had to go through all the treatments, I had to go to all my medical appointments. I followed everything to a T. So in month 5, I kept calling to see the status of my claim. And every time I call, every time I look on the website, we're working on it. We're working on it. We're working on it. And now it's October, and it's pretty much a year, and I still haven't heard anything back from the VA. I called every week. I at least called twice or 3 times a week. I look on the status, and it's still in processing, and we are gathering evidence as if I committed some type of crime. And we we really need a lot of policy changes. We need a lot of people to understand the bureaucracy and the red tape with the VA. And one of the things that Dr. Short knows about me, I love people, and I've always helped people. But this time I had to ask for help for myself and help to save my home, my family home, for 30 years. The VA has held my claim hostage. It's because I ran for Congress. The person who I ran against sits on the Veterans Affairs Committee. His name is Mark Takano, and we are in Congressional District 39 now. First we were 41, now we are 39. I have always been outspoken about the issues and the bureaucracies, and somebody there Googled my name, and they've been holding up my claim for retaliation.
Hmm.
I'm pro reparations. I am very pro life. And here I am fighting for my life and my 2 little dogs so we don't get foreclosed on this week. And this is the issues that goes on, especially for veterans and Black veterans, for many years to fight for our benefits. We had to fight for our GI Bill. We get rated the lowest when it comes to our ratings for the medical. But when it comes to compensation and claims to get monetary, we're pushed to the side. And so this is where I finally had to ask for help. Dr. Short gave me the courage to speak up. I want to say thank you, to start telling everybody this is what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
And we really need change. And I am asking for everyone's prayers and help so then I can stay in my home after 30 years.
Okay. Now, I'm sorry. We had a nature problem,
Okay.
and it's wintertime here in DC. It's becoming wintertime. And in these old houses, between the floorboards, if you've got nasty neighbors, you end up with their pests, whether you want them or not.
Oh,
And it
wow.
sounded like there was a football game up in the ceiling. So I had to deal with that. Um, but I want everybody to understand something. Again, a lot of you guys are pissed off about you're pissed off about the California Legislative Black Caucus
Yes.
selling out the reparations effort. This
Yes.
is what you're upset about. But you need to understand that you got a person from California who's pro reparations,
Yes.
anti illegals coming across the border, all
Yes.
of this. And are they Black American? They're not a tether. They're not a Latina.
Nope.
They are a Creole from families from New Orleans and Louisiana, Black
Correct.
family, Tuskegee Airmen, all in their family,
Yes.
and grew up in Compton. I mean, and all of
My
that.
mother, my mother did.
Your
I
mother
grew
grew
up.
up in Compton.
Yep.
But the point is, so your family came through the Great Migration to California,
To
and
escape Jim Crow.
to escape Jim Crow in Louisiana because someone's going to get lynched, right? Someone,
Both my great grandparents, they were both going to get lynched.
both of your grandparents were going to be hung or killed or burnt alive for being
Correct.
outspoken. Okay, so your family moves to California. Now, look, let me just explain this in a way that she wouldn't because she's a lady. I like ladies. Okay.
Thank you.
Uh, she's running against a sodomite Democrat. Okay. And y'all need to understand how politics is now. If you don't support the sodomite agenda, you don't even have to be anti sodomite. Just say to each his own. That's not enough for them. They will make war on you. You're not, you need to be taught a lesson. Um, if you look at this Democratic campaign right now, the only thing they're offering Black people is abortion, which I think, Aja, although you don't have children, you don't think
No.
it's a great idea to kill a baby.
No, I'm very pro-life.
So when you take stands for the Black community, and she's a Republican, but y'all need to understand something, and this is the big scam that's happening. I'm registered as a Republican. This is a Trump t shirt, but I'm pro reparations. Everybody knows it. Okay. And people need to be clear. There are Republicans and there are Republicans. I don't give a damn about racist ass bigots in one party or the other. I think about things from a perspective of being like Sister Aja here, as a person with roots from the American South. That's how I look at the world. And I think about my people, not against anybody, but for my own. And this sister's on the front line. In California, Black people used to be almost 4 million. Black folks have been reduced by almost 50% in California, been driven out of the state.
For 2
Burnt out,
million.
priced out. 2 million Blacks driven out of California. She's still standing. And those 2.2 million Blacks in California need people who get in elected office that speak up, that stand up. And that's something that we need to understand. And this is a woman in politics, a Black woman. Sit down and think about it. All of us, in fact, everybody knows I hate feminism. I am the apostle of anti-feminism hate, and I'm proud of it. But it doesn't mean I'm anti-woman. I'm pro-woman. I'm anti-feminism. I think feminism destroys women. It makes women bitter, mad, hate children, hate women. I mean, and there are all these women out here trying to discover themselves at 50, 60, and 70, never realizing that maybe motherhood, maybe aunthood, has something to do with being a woman. Something
Right.
like all the little stupid ass white women that get caught out in the wilderness and die and shit because they're trying to find or prove something. I'm not saying don't do it, but damn it, we shouldn't have helicopters flying after your ass. Did you see the woman that didn't take enough water and shit? And just she's gonna do something just like men die not taking enough water and GPS. But anyway, I think that's stupid. But I came up with this term, and I see Black Rose here, and she can open up her mic. My whole concept was so people could understand that we black men and black women have to work together, is to remind people that you had movement women, but movement, there's so many movements, people get scared. And movement, people think it's up and down, they think it's sexual. So I decided to come up with the concept of warrior sister, which is what we call WASI.
WASI.
And all this week, I've been trying to help two strong, intelligent black women who are standing up in the community, who've been persecuted because of their concern for the black community. They're both facing losing their homes.
Yep.
One person's not on the call. She has surgery tomorrow.
We have to pray for her.
And we have to pray for my friend Elizabeth.
Yes.
Elizabeth was basically the dean of education in DC jail. Because she wouldn't have sex with the fat white woman or a nasty ass promiscuous bisexual dude, she's been driven from her job, put on leave without pay on purpose, falsely accused, and she almost died because her life was helping. I would tell people I used to go to DC jail. Trust me, they don't let people like me talk to young people. Y'all don't understand what's happened. Now, if I was promoting, talk to people about AIDS, they'd let me in. But I just want to go and talk to young black men, and I'm not promoting some crazy agenda. They can't trust me if I'm a rapper, but not, sit down and think about this, guys. Work with me. I'm not trying to be cute, and I'm not talking myself up at all. That is not what I want to do. I want to tell you at the DC jail, they would have rappers and gangsters and all these other people coming to talk to the youth. And that's okay. But somebody like myself, who has no criminal record, I used more drugs to get well the last time I was in the hospital than I've ever used in my life. I had never had an oxycodone pill in my life. I had never had Percocet a day in my life. I'd never had fentanyl in my life. And within a week or so, I'm going to become a pothead almost at the age of 60, but to fight cancer, not to vape. Okay. So they don't meet people like no drugs, no kids, none of that. To me, they're actually black people who give a damn in the community. I don't want to screw the guys behind. I don't want to get sucked off. I don't want your money. I don't want to sell you drugs. I don't want to screw your mom. I don't want to screw your kids. I just want to talk to you.
Right.
I'm not trying to get you to join my religion, although you want it. And that sister had to fight to get me in to talk to the young men. The young men have been begging, could you bring Dr. Short back? Would you just let him? We want to see him. We like him. Please bring him back. And the sister would have to wait like every 2 months I can come in, or 3 months or 4 months. That's the best she could do, when I could have gone many times to talk to these people. And they were begging the whole time, bring them back, bring them back, bring them back. They always send us these stupid people. Well, ultimately, and I told her a year ago, you're going to be driven from your job because you're helping young black men. To be prepared. I started telling her strategies. You'll end up losing your house, whatever. I talked to her about this. First time she ever took me to a job. You can't have me come to your job and them not punish you. and I'm nobody's militant, nothing like that. However, to some people, I am a dangerous, racist, conspiracy theorist radical. Some of you that are my friends got the FBI email. Two of you, Black Rose, and you got it. You saw the email where the guy wants to ask me questions. And I told the FBI, no, you can force me if you want to subpoena me. You can force me to talk to you, but I'm not going to voluntarily meet with you to talk about anything. Sugar, honey, iced tea. That's how we mean, how we say shit in DC. Don't ask me for sugar, honey, or iced tea.
I'll remember that.
And if they want to bother me, I mean, the FBI told them the FBI's come to my house. They harassed my mother. They harassed my friends. Uh, I don't care. So if that sister brought me in the DC jail, if they contacted them, then she got in trouble for even having me talk to young men about making decent choices. Okay.
Right.
And so her heart started failing when she lost her job. She has surgery tomorrow. She couldn't sleep, all this stuff. But these are Black women, the kind that we don't see enough. We typically have some broad that's trashing Black men that wants to be the next Afrocentric Lorena Bobbitt. Remember when they cut her husband's dick off? Or they want to kill a baby, or they're for trans, or they can't define what a woman is. But we've got some good sisters out here who are stepping up. So if you wonder what Dr. Short does sometimes when I wasn't online, I've been trying to help these two sisters because a lot of Black women out here on the front lines getting their asses kicked for everybody, and they don't get any help.
Yes.
Now, let me get to the heart of it. This sister needs, and I'm asking everybody out here, she needs $2,000.
Yes.
I'm going to make a donation because I want to. And the good news is, I don't know whose idea it was to show you how much we get harassed. I've been due disability for 26 months, and I was refused disability month after month, time after time after time, only to find out that someone had falsified that when I was literally in my bed sick, that I was working, earning money, trying to game and steal from the Social Security Administration. That was one thing. Then the other thing they put down was I was a drug addict, abusing statin drugs, and that I was getting high off of Lipitor, refusing to listen to my doctors. And this is why I couldn't get any help. So y'all need to understand, I've been working without a real income that I was due for over 2 years. You know, there's certain things I do and make, but it's been weird. Nothing like knowing that you get hit every time. All kinds of stuff has happened, but I'm not ashamed of that. Look, when you're disabled, you're disabled. And a lot of
Right.
us are disabled. But this entire time that I've been dealing with this special economic period of my life, there've always been these sisters out here who've blessed me. I always bring it up over and over and over again. Black Rose, when I was doing all the activism on television, I always didn't get paid. This sister, Black Rose, who's one of the inspirations for me to come up with the concept of a warrior sister. And I tell everybody, I'm not ashamed. When I couldn't pay my cricket phone bill, this sister would pay my bridge pay. Even when she was broke, would say, hey, look, I'm gonna put some money in my account. I'll call you back in 2 hours and we'll get this paid. I just got my check. Part of us coming back together as Black men and Black women is us supporting each other, especially when they're doing the right thing. Megan Thee Stallion and Lizzo do
Mm.
deserve, or Oprah, or Gail or Kamswaba don't need our sympathy. They
Nope.
don't need our help or our money because they're enemies. But Sister Aja Smith in California, running as a candidate for Black reparations to fight against illegals where the Mexican mafia almost runs the politics down there, and you're not trying to push transgenderism, all that bullshit, and they
Nope.
raised $1 million and all of this.
Mm-hmm.
They've been targeted. And the same way they've driven over 2 million Blacks out of the state of California, they're trying to drive her out. I'm trying to get my hands on $2,000, and it's not coming to me. I have it up here. Asha Smith has a Cash App, which is $ Miss AJA 951 is her Cash App. Miss Aja 951. That's her Cash App. MSAJA 951. Or you can send her Zelle. Her Zelle is asmith951@hotmail.com. We need to get as much money as possible. And I want to thank the white people. The white people. The Black woman fighting for Black people in 2 days got $6,000
Sure did.
from white people. And Black people, do you think we could do a third of what white people did for someone fighting for us? If you wonder why people get corrupt when they're in public life, one of the reasons they get corrupt is when you get into politics, you need money. When you get
Yes.
into politics, you make enemies.
Yes.
It's unless you just become the only way you don't make enemies in politics is you stand for nothing.
Correct.
If you stand for something, you will have enemies in politics.
Mm-hmm.
The first place that they attack you when you stand up is they mess with your money.
Yes, they do.
When I want to say to you that this is a woman injured in the military, and they owe her maybe $50,000, and they've sat on it
They've been sitting on it for a year.
for a year. Imagine
A
someone
year.
taking,
That's back pay.
but taking $10,000 away from you in a year. What would that do to you? Then imagine multiplying that by 5.
Correct.
Where would we be? I've been blessed. I have a mother that's lived to be 82. Today is my dad's birthday, or yesterday, because now it's the 10th. My dad died in 2011. Were it not for my mother, my God, I don't know where I'd be, but I thank God I have mom, who's had to take care of me sick. Imagine, I'm supposed to be taking care of my mother. My mother's taking care of me. And part of how that has been is economically, because of this mouth I have. As Farrakhan said, they hate me because of my mouth. The truth is in my mouth.
My mouth.
Okay, this mouth that tells the truth, it costs to tell the truth. The FBI is angry at me, as are other people I've been told, for telling the truth about a range of things. And I don't plan to stop. It costs to speak up for your people. It costs. It costs me money. Y'all need to know it took me an hour and a half to get this StreamYard working. It isn't because I'm not paying all the stuff. I'm paying top dollar for it. It's because Comcast works with the alphabet people.
Yes,
and
they do.
all I have to do is try to get on a Twitter thing with Tariq, and all of a sudden nothing works. Go on to someone that's not important on Twitter, no problem.
Yep.
Think that's coincidence every time it's Tariq? It's because they're but understand people are trying to silence the people that fight for you.
Mm.
Yes.
You may not know them. You may not know them.
And that's
But
what they do. They use our communications, they use our money, they blacklist our names, and when we try to fight or we're trying to get the things that we need that's
we
owed
don't
to
have the
us,
means to do it.
you
We
don't
don't
have the means to do
we
it. You
don't
don't
have
have
the
the money for the
we don't yeah,
attorney,
and you've got to have money for every single thing.
everything.
So the FBI, I can just tell you what it's like to be blackballed. I'm going to repeat this story. If you've heard it before, too bad. A girl with an East German father, if you know anything about East Germany, a communist country,
Yep.
German Democratic Republic,
Yep.
GDR, and a North Korean mother, was in the United States Air Force, had a high security thing, so she knew about, I don't know, radar, whatever, okay, missiles and all this other kind of stuff. And she wrote me a couple of years ago saying that she wanted to quit her job, leave the military, go, and I sang to her, uh, you can resign from the military. She says, I don't want to resign. I want to go to a Middle Eastern country and really help the Muslim community. And I said to her, oh my God, I get you being a Muslim. I get you hating the racism, the injustice that you see, but you've taken an oath of service to the US military. For you to just go to another country that has hostile relations with the United States, you're going to be seen as a enemy of America, a traitor, a defector, a person that has security clearance. And what are you going to do? How are you going to make it in another country? They're going to assume that you're going to sell or give secrets to enemies
Correct.
of the country. You can't do this, sister. You've got to find another way. You'll end up like Snowden, running all your life.
Correct.
I get it. I understand. I'm black. You're half white. You can pass. I know what hell is. You're just discovering racism. I knew what racism was as a baby. Okay, you and I says, don't betray your country. Find some way to not make an enemy of America. They'll hunt you down. You don't know what it's like to be hunted. I do as a black. Every day, people are out to get you. Well, she went to the Middle East somewhere. They suspected she went to Iran. I don't know where she went. I didn't know. I just told her, please don't do it. Don't do it. Within months of her leaving, the FBI stormed my house Christmas time 2014 with guns, were very rude to my mother.
Oh my God.
And what they wanted to do was my mother opened the door because they were banging. They were going to push my mother aside and come down and confront me in my room when I was sleeping. Remember the guy that got shot in bed in Chicago? I mean, and my mother, God bless her, she's brave, refused. Says, you're going to have to go over me to get to my son. You can sit down or you can get out, but you're not going to go in my son's room. I'll get it.
Right.
Now, all of y'all wonder, and I'm going to tell y'all like it is, and I don't care who believes me, and I'm not trying to impress anybody. I told my cousin, Bryant, who you guys know, ladies,
Yes.
2 lesbian FBI agents were going to come to my house in the middle of the night to upset my mother, looking for me. I heard people on the stairs that night, and I figured these were the 2 lesbians from the FBI. And they were hard looking white broads, right? They look harder than the former, what's a woman, Cheadle, that was head of the Secret Service. These broads look hard. And that was 2014. And basically, I told them, I joke about white women. I've had some light skinned girlfriends, but
Yeah.
white women, I just said something to them. I'll tell y'all. A white woman was grooming my brother and I to molest us, and I wonder if that's why my brother got sexually active so early.
Oh
So
wow.
I don't have this fascination with white women. I don't hate them. I'm just saying, just black men run after white. That's always puzzled me. Um, I'm just saying. And I told them about the white woman trying to molest. So, I didn't want anything to do with this woman. She never crossed this door seal. No white females ever come in my house or any place that I've had. And definitely not for any damn sex. Okay.
Right.
You've got to be crazy. Since most white women aren't attractive like you two. Yes, I told those bitches with their guns they were ugly. Okay, my mother couldn't believe it when they left. My mother says, "How could you talk to them like that? They have guns and they let them shoot me. Bitches were ugly. They were studs too."
I know you
Sorry.
told them.
Well, I'm sorry. When I get angry, guys, I'm no tough guy. Look at no muscles here. I'm not strong. But when I'm angry, I really just don't care. I really that just makes bitch. You have your gun in my house. I'm really like, and I told him get the fuck out of my house.
I would have
Yeah,
too.
fuck out. I mean, I answered your question. I said, go and lie to other people, which they did. So the
Correct.
lie that went around, and because I said to those hoes, if I'm a damn spy for a foreign country, then the whole James Bond shit is a fraud. How am I going to have a trick pad with no car and no expense account? I mean, I can barely feed my damn cat here. But they still went and told everybody that I sexually turned out this Korean German girl and got her to betray America. Now, if my dick was that good, I mean, the steps would have been worn out for people trying to come in this house. I think the steps are okay. So, no, I didn't screw her, but they told everybody I did. And I
Oh my.
turned her out and I was saying, Betray America. What's my name? Say my name. Betray America, bitch. I was holding by the back here, doggy style. Hate America, bitch.
You had her hostage.
Ah, ah. No. And I told them, you broads read my email. You saw I told her what to do that was correct. You have no business here.
Right.
You have no business here. Well, a few years later, they kidnapped a friend of mine, hog-tied her. They literally jumped her, hog-tied her, yanked off her hijab,
Oh no.
and threw her in DC jail and tried to feed her pork meals.
What?
Why?
And what's crazy about that is I warned her,
Mm-mm.
be careful. I believe someone wants to capture you. And she laughed. And on a Sunday, I was on the phone with my cousin, Bryant, again. And I was thinking, I says, Bryant, I gotta let you go. It says, why? It says, because they've taken her. It says, how do you know? I
Mm.
says, because damn it, I told you they took her. Don't argue with me. You know what I'm talking about, Ashira. When I tell you something is, shit, it is. And
Wow.
so then all of a sudden I got a call, and it was a guy calling to tell me that they had taken her.
Mm.
But they tied her up like a hog and flew her from St. Louis and threw her in DC jail. And so I think this is all connected. They
It
were
is.
asking me questions about my friends, and
It is.
I my cousin who died prematurely was a Black Panther. Why do I feel like they destroyed him? I was friends to Malcolm X's grandson. They killed him.
Yeah.
I have lots of strange things that have happened to people in my little short life, and I'm and that's what I told the FBI agent. Y'all been killing us 100 years.
Correct.
What do I have to talk to you about? And he says, well, I'm black too. Y'all need to understand something. I don't care what you look like. I don't care what you look like. I'm really not into that. And yes, I'm a black American. Very proud of it.
Yep.
I don't care what you look like. I care about your character and what you're about.
Correct.
I'm trying to get Sister Aja to have a hearing before Congress.
Yes,
And
we
if I
need
have to
to.
go to a white senator or a white congressman because the congressional black circus people won't help, I don't care if they're the color of my scrotum. That's who I'll go to if I can get it, because this needs to be, because it's not just her. I
It's
have
a
an
lot of us.
I have an uncle who died in the 90s, 30 some odd years ago. He had Agent Orange poisoning.
Mm.
And the little racist doctor said, nigger, you're not going to get anything. And my cousins suffered, my aunt suffered. They had nothing. All the stuff he was owed, he didn't get a penny.
Mm.
Not a penny. My father's brother had Agent Orange poisoning. It caused him to have mental problems. Couldn't stay married.
Yep.
Was suicidal, all this stuff. He used to be on Air Force One. My uncle used to carry the nuclear button box for the president, for Nixon.
Wow.
That's how much they trusted. But when it came to him being poisoned with Agent Orange,
And getting
they told him it
benefits.
was nothing. It's all in your head. You need to go to the psych ward. They waited until my uncle died in 2006 to acknowledge he was suffering from Agent Orange poisoning. I had
Yep.
another uncle named George. You ever heard the song Cool Jerk? Dun, 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 dun.
Yes.
Okay, my uncle played the drums for Cool Jerk and a whole bunch of other songs. He was going blind, he had Agent Orange poisoning. They told him just before he died.
Mm.
2 years ago, around Thanksgiving, I was with my god sister, Azima. And when I got there, I was told what happened with her brother. Her brother had stepped on the landmine in Vietnam,
Mm.
and they left the fragments of the explosion, all of the shrapnel that went inside of him. They never bothered to take it out.
Oh my God.
He had malaria that had never been treated since the 1960s, and other problems from his military service, and they never, ever, ever bothered
Nope.
to treat him. And then he had Agent Orange poisoning, which they finally said just days before he died.
Mm.
Black veterans in America have a rate of suicide 900 times that of white veterans.
And we
I
have
didn't
the
say
highest.
I didn't say 9 times. I said 900 times.
And we have the highest homeless population
Highest
in
homeless. I've
America.
been watching homeless black veterans
Black veterans,
all my life.
we have the highest homeless population.
I want to add a homeless person. My great great uncle, Joseph Redding Short, buried in the Walter Reed graveyard. You have to be highly decorated to be there. Served in World War I and World War II.
Mm.
Escaped a massacre of black soldiers in Belgium from the Nazis. Was experimented on. They had to cut off his leg because the Germans injected blacks with no restitution to the family. He didn't get any GI Bill money. If my grandfather and grandmother didn't have a place, he would have been homeless, serving in 2 world wars, highly decorated, a U.S. Marine.
Wow.
And the stories go on and on. My
They've been
uncle,
doing.
my,
They've
my,
been.
my uncle Llewellyn had leukemia,
Mm,
probably from being in the military,
yes, got
exposure.
exposed.
And I hear these stories over and over again. And you ask yourself, all this bullshit, I thank you for your service. Lip service. Who's going to advocate for Black veterans? Who's going to advocate for all of us who got cheated out of the GI Bill money? Do you realize if Black Americans had GI Bill money, just the GI Bill money, a third of Black people, or if not half of Black folks who are broke today, would be lifted out of poverty immediately. That's money we're owed. It was money given. It's money that's never been out. If they can give these goddamn illegals money,
Look,
and then GI Bill money that was approved. Now, how is that going to happen? I'm glad you asked. You got to have someone in Congress that cares about Black veterans. You've had Black secretaries of the Army that haven't done anything, like this ugly
correct.
that looks like Esther Roll. Austin. He looks like the woman from Good Times. I mean, and you had Togo West. You've had Black secretaries of defense that haven't opened their damn mouths. They're too busy
Nope.
clapping their asses to get military contractors hookups.
And they pocket their own. They line their own pockets.
But they don't look out for Black veterans.
No, they don't.
They also don't do anything about the excessive, unfair, dishonorable discharges of Black soldiers.
And it's a lot.
We're not getting that. So let's segue back to this sister here. And they don't deal with the fact that there's lots of rape. Black women make up over a third of the women in uniform in this country. They're disproportionately raped.
Yes.
Not a fucking peep from the Black women in Congress. All of them are bitches as far as I'm concerned. That there could be 7,000 to 10,000 or more Black women raped every year in the U.S. military. And it's of no consequence. Now, you worried about Donald Trump, you Democratic hoes, talking about pulling someone on the pussy.
Yep.
And yet women who are actually raped, crickets.
And it's covered up, and some of us are murdered.
Yes, a lot of people.
Fort Benning, there was another young lady. Mm-hmm. She was serving overseas, and she was found dead, murdered.
They get murdered all the time. It's called MST, military sexual trauma.
Yes.
I don't know if you know, I was an advocate. Remember about 2009, 2010, there was a big push around MST.
Yes.
Okay, I was involved in that. I never told you. I mean, these people are mad at my ass because anything I can do or come across to help people with some bullshit, I'm likely to get involved in some way because I can't stand it.
Well, part of my claim is MST.
So you were victimized in the military, and now you're getting raped economically.
And it's
so hold on.
It takes a toll on your mental health.
It takes a toll. Now, let me ask my audience, people out there, and you can come to the StreamYard if you want to see Aja. She's there.
I'm here.
I'd like to see if people who are very kind to me, a lot of you have been so good to me, if we can send her something.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to, let me tell you, I'm finally going to get money I was due 2 years ago.
That's a blessing.
So that means I can send something to her. In
That's
fact,
a blessing.
I'm
Thank
going
you.
to do that. I'm going to send you something. I mean that. And I want to do something for y'all. Need to understand this isn't the first time I've done this. The first time I ever used my platform was to help Dorothy Gaines in Alabama. I think we raised $800.
Ooh,
And there was another time there was someone whose mother was sick. I raised another $800. The next time I do this, I'm gonna bring back Sheree Peoples.
yes.
We need to get some money for her, and I
She's
promise
here in California too.
I would give her at least $100. I don't have a lot, but I'm gonna try. People give to me, and therefore I have a little bit. I help the next person,
Me
but
too.
we need your help.
Yeah.
I'm going to repeat. Her cash app is $MSAJA951. $MSAJA951. MSAJA951. She has a GoFundMe, but we're gonna do one more. We're gonna go through. I want you to speak loud, or you can tell me and I'll repeat it. But her cash app is MSAJA951. Her Zelle, black folks don't like Zelle, but Zelle is ASMITH951 at hotmail.com. A Smith, ASMITH951 at hotmail.com is her Zelle.
Yes.
And for those who are not afraid of being hacked on PayPal, she has a PayPal account. That's just complicated. I put it up on one of the things, but you can tell them to PayPal. I'm afraid I'll mess it up. That's what I'm trying to. Well, just do. Damn it, just use Cash App.
This is much easier with Cash App.
Cash App is easy. I'm gonna keep saying it. Who on here can give like $5?
I appreciate it,
Who can
everyone.
give five? Can anybody? There are a bunch of us. Yes.
Yes,
Brooke,
the men are
men
being
get
raped
raped
too.
too, sister. The
Yes,
video
they
was
are.
about a man that got raped. Jeffrey Dahmer was in the military raping black men and got an honorable discharge, and they knew he raped black men. I've been talking about it. Men get raped in prison. Men
Yes,
get
they do.
care. Men get raped and everywhere. Men get raped. It's the norm. Men get raped in college.
Yes, they do.
Rape isn't it is a power thing. It isn't a male thing. They're vicious people. Boys get molested and equal numbers to girls. Don't let the goddamn feminists lie.
Correct.
I've been sexually harassed. I guess I used to look good when I was younger. I told you about the white woman with herpes that was chasing me. She had all the sores and shit on her face.
Oh
It
no.
looked like a white pizza with pepperoni. I'm like,
Ew.
it was awful. It's not.
Hey, I
It
got
was.
I
It
want
was.
to thank Lonnie for your donation. Thank you.
Thank you, brother Monty.
Thank you, brother
Lonnie
Lonnie.
is a wonderful friend.
Thank you so much.
Please, please help us. I look. Um.
Because I wanted to living in California is tough. It is so tough. But I was born and raised here. I could have went anywhere else in this country and even overseas, but I said, Dr. Short prayed over me the other
Yeah, we
night.
started praying.
We started praying, and the first heavy night, he said, if it's meant for me to stay here, Lord, make a way for her.
That's right.
And
And
God
then
showed a sign.
right when we were on the phone,
Yep.
someone paid your phone bill without you asking.
Yes, somebody paid my phone bill
and
without
and,
asking.
and then some people sent you like $3,500,
Right. To
and
go
then some
towards
other
the,
people came up with $2,500, and we need to
yes.
get 2,000 more.
Yes.
I look. Y'all need to understand something. And by the way, I'm going to say thank you,
But
brother
that was
Lonnie.
God. But what I want to say is a testimony for everybody. That was God saying, I need you here to fight in California.
Fight in California. We need our motherfucking money.
We sure do.
We need our money.
Well, we need to get rid of the Congressional Black Caucus here.
The Congressional Black Circus
Yes,
there.
we need to
And
get rid of them.
maybe you should run on a lower level, but you've got to get in.
I gotta get
You've
in.
got to get in. And people need to understand. They talk about Chicago. The thing that helped blacks in Chicago is that they put in Mayor Harold Washington. He wasn't perfect, but he put black people in. Marion Barry in D.C. looked out for black people.
That's
We've
true.
got to put some resources. Look, folks, I could make an excuse. I could say, and Sister knows something's been trying to make me sick, and I told her I just took some ivermectin and some hydroxychloroquine, and I took some Benadryl, and I took some Zyrtec, and then I took a bunch of ashwagandha. I said, I'm going to go out and tell people, please help you. I got stage 4 cancer. I have lymphoma. I have diabetes. They say I have a heart condition. My thing is, I don't really care. I feel good enough to help the next person. We're going to have to come together, people. I'm going
to tell everybody, nobody's here to help us but us.
Yeah, nobody. We're going to have to do it. We get mad about what the illegals get, but the illegals stick together. On immigration alone, from other countries, different languages, the immigrant status is enough for them to unite. What is a goddamn problem with niggas in this country? I'm talking about people, family members that won't talk ever. We're talking about people not trying. I'm just telling you, do genealogy and you meet someone that's your blood kin, you just want to say hi to them. I don't want to speak to you. This stupid, suicidal, antisocial behavior that we're in, this is why people don't respect us. This is why people think they can mess over us. This is why that cosplaying whore named Kamala thinks that she can slither her whore ass into the White House and screw us with some Asian illegal immigration. And people need to understand that there were 60,000 illegal Indians in California, more than that. And those Indians that come over here, they don't come to pick fruit. Those folks get the jobs at the HBCUs and the municipal level and in the banks.
They get the STEM jobs.
They get the high status jobs because those Indians have universities and education is free in India if you're smart. And they don't have to ask for as much money.
So and then, but they go because California, we are the hub of tech. Right. They get all the tech jobs. Silicon Valley.
And they make certain that black people can't get tech wherever we go, wherever the Indians go. I'm talking about the Hindus. They discriminate against black people in particular. They see us as the group to knock off.
Yep.
Okay. Also, they don't like us around because white people look at us and look at them and a lot of times see them as similar. They hate us for white people lumping us with them. We don't have anything to do with it. If we're not there, then they think they can pass.
They get the tech and the medical jobs here. The doctors.
They get the tech, the medical, municipal. They get the communications jobs. They get the
engineering jobs.
They get all of those. And when they come in, they only pick each other. They will not look at anyone else. They don't even hire white people.
No.
So we're going to get replaced.
We're getting replaced quick.
And Kamala will really replace us. And by the way, we're not sticking together.
No.
And I want to say this about you, Aja. Are you a Delta?
No.
Are you a Zeta?
No.
Are you an AKA?
No.
Are you a Sigma Gamma Rho?
No.
Do you think that you get screwed because you're not Boule?
Correct. And I've been told that.
So you were told.
I was told that when I was running for Congress that if I have pledged, I will be elected or higher up. If you don't
join our Lesbo Dyke organization, we'll show you.
I was told that if I didn't pledge or become an Eastern Star, I'm not going to get far in politics.
I was told when I would apply for jobs, a person look at the resume and say, wow, National Honor Society, boost among high school students, debate team president, class, senior class, vice president, was in the university as a teenager accelerated program as a almost a 16-year-old, um, graduated cum laude, went to
Mm-hmm.
Harvard,
Right.
went to University of Virginia, ABD, grades with honor, worked in public television, went to Howard, was a Sasakawa fellow, worked for Voice of America, and they blow all that shit off and okay, work for the Congressional Black Caucus, help create the Afro Latin Roundtable. I can go, and they would ignore all of that and they'd ask, "Did you pledge?"
Yep.
That's it. I could be a total fuck up, but if I pledged, they could help me. But
They can help you.
when they ask, "Did you pledge?" and they look you dead in your eye, and when you said no, you could see the anger. It's like they shoved your, and you're lucky. You're lucky if that's where it ended because they say, "Why not?" And that means it became a hostile interview, and every answer is wrong. And they may even go further to say, I know all the people hiring, and they're all the same as me. And then one person says, "How did you think you were going to get anywhere without pledging?
Yep. I was told the same
Are
thing.
you a Prince Hall?"
No.
No. Were you ever offered an opportunity to be a Mason? And this is when I was 17. How old are you now? And you didn't become a Mason.
Nope.
You don't seem to be interested, sir, in being anything. What do you think you have that's going to help you get ahead? It says, my faith in God. It says, God, that's a fairy tale. We're God.
Yep.
It says, good luck. It says, McDonald's hiring. It's an actual interview. Like, we'll show you. The reason that we're stuck, people, is that the folks like Aja, and she raised $1 million.
I sure did.
And you're in a predominantly white district too?
Hispanic.
And a
And
predominantly
white. And
Hispanic
yeah.
district, white district, running on a black agenda
That's a Republican.
as a Republican.
And a veteran.
Right. And raising hell. And her big problem is the boule and liberal racists and folks who like killing babies, especially ours, and folks that are pushing the sodomite agenda.
I want to say real quick, I want to say thank you, Mr. Bill, Dwayne, and Patina for your donations. Thank you so much.
Keep them coming.
Keep it coming. God is good. We can do this.
Yeah, I'm not asking for anything for myself tonight. If y'all want to hook me up, thank you, but help my friend, please.
Thank you.
We need to see something happen. And by the way, Aja, you need to take down her email, whatever, because Aja is an expert on business. If you want to set
life insurance,
he can do life insurance, consulting, knows a whole lot. She actually, if you want to run for office, she knows how to raise money.
I sure do.
She knows how to raise money for political campaigns and
consulting and how to start.
Let me just put her on blast.
Okay.
Aja, with another one of her partners, is in the process of creating a 501c4.
So we can lobby.
501c4 to create a lobbying group for reparations and veterans and Black rights.
Correct.
If you plan to run, you need to look her up. If you can pay her, she knows how to raise money
Yes.
and she's good at it. And so when you raise money as a black Republican in a white majority and Latino majority area, and you're not running from black issues and you're not saying kill babies and I want to suck on pussy and I'm a woman and it's my tongue, my choice. When
You
you're
said my touch,
doing
my
that
touch. No.
in California and you're getting money, it's because you're good.
And the thing is, I ran, and trust me, and you and I talked about this a lot. I saw more issues with certain black Republicans who did not
Republicans. Well,
like
let's talk
me,
about them.
who
Yes.
did not like me because I did not degrade us as black
Okay.
people.
Let's talk about Republicans for a minute. This
I
is
did
when you
not
and I
degrade
met.
them. I
How,
wouldn't get on that
how did
box.
we meet? We met
Yes, tell
January
everybody how
6th.
we met.
We met January 2021.
Correct.
Okay. Some of y'all that used to follow me may remember that we nearly got killed by a bus. We almost got crushed in a bus. I think you saw it, Ashira. This bus almost crushed us on 8th Street in Northeast DC, or Northwest DC, I'm sorry. And there was a curfew on January 6th. And
Thank you,
so
Dr. Hall.
yeah, we went to a Airbnb. Oh well, Shay, you need to email me, and I'm going to say this: anybody that wants to talk to me, if the FBI can reach me, you can too. My email is the same as my PayPal or my Zelle. It's wrandyshirt@gmail.com. If you write me, I write folks back.
Yes, you
If
do.
it's not dumb, and dumb means like, hey, Short, we're going to an orgy tonight. What do you say? What kind of say? If you come, I will block you. I don't like dumb stuff. But if it's intelligent, I'll try to help you. If I don't know, I'll tell you honestly, I don't know, but I'll try to find someone that can help you. Now, having said that, back to this sister here. Um, some of the violence that occurred on January 6th, the government caused it
Yes.
because y'all don't know this, but I was having an issue with the people spying on me because some of us tried to get the Proud Boys and others to meet with the DC police to make certain that there was no issues.
Correct.
Okay. I know because I was on the call and my dad used to be a chaplain for the police, and we're going to do something because this is my city. I don't want anybody killed. The DC riots, I still remember the stuff from 1968. I don't like all that stuff. It's very sad when I think about seeing a city on fire as a child, as a baby.
Right.
And they deliberately busted up our efforts to make certain that things were orderly. I repeat, the government deliberately disrupted the command structure. Some of the people that were there on January 6th, I know because I was on the call to try to get a meeting between the police and other people so there would be order. And they threw people in jail and did all kinds of stuff to make certain that there wasn't order.
Mm.
Okay, I'm just saying. So that's why here this January 6th, some of it wouldn't have happened. If just some of the more extreme groups had not gone up there, it would have been a whole different crowd. By making certain that certain people who could have told people not to do this or that weren't there, allowed for something to go worse than what it would have gone. And that's something I know for a fact. Now, I met this sister at an Airbnb when
Yep.
all of these people were taking drugs and everything. And this one white woman was getting kinky. And it's like, God. And oh, I wonder what black sex is like. And I'm thinking, well, I'm not wondering what white sex is like. And you came in and sat down looking really good. This is, oh my
Thank
God.
you.
She came in looking all nice, professional. She was all dignified, like, I don't know who these hoes are. So she sat out to herself, I don't want to sit with these hoes.
I sure
And
did it.
so I said, well, damn, I don't want to sit with these hoes either. So I sat down, they were cool. And then all the white people says, oh, these black people are vibing. Maybe they'll show us how they get down in the hood. And we just looked at them and
And
I just said, and they couldn't believe we were having an intelligent conversation.
they were tripping out.
They were tripping on drugs. Okay, we were there, and Aja, did you see me cooning to like try to like get along? No.
Did you
Look,
see me?
no, I didn't see you
No.
cooning either.
No.
I'm the same person with you guys as I am around white people.
Yeah.
I don't hate people because they look, I can't handle that. If I can't be me, I'm miserable. I want
Right.
to talk like I feel, say what I mean what I say.
And we were very observant, and they were scared.
They were very nervous about black man and black woman, and we started talking about coons, sellout Republicans to each other.
We sure did.
I can't stand
And
this.
then we knew, then we both,
We all knew the same sellout niggas in the Republican Party.
but then you said, do you know Shirley? You remember Shirley?
Yeah, Shirley, the one that hated me. I was trying. She just would not allow. I mean, she was just rude and mean to me.
Shirley was
yes,
Huser?
over and over. It's like, God, look, you're trying to be hateful. I wasn't trying to pick her up. I was just trying to be friendly.
Shirley
And-
Huser?
Yes, Shirley,
Wow.
she was nasty.
Oh wow.
I'll never forget it. And if you don't believe me, you know Stephen Broden down in Texas. You do. Ask
Yeah.
Stephen Broden. She wouldn't work with him because he was friends to me. He was begging her
But one thing about Shirley, when I first ran to Congress, she found out who I was and she reached out, but she taught me about the coons.
right.
She did. And because she wanted to work on my campaign, but I didn't have the money to pay her, but she taught me about the coons.
I thought that she would be so cool. It's just
She really was.
had she given, she did what black women do. They tried to, you can't always read someone straight off. It doesn't always work.
Correct.
Sometimes you have to take a few minutes. Black people do that. We try to just read people straight off. I figured you out. And it's not always like that.
I take my time.
Yeah, it's better for a person to show you
But
who they are than
but
for you.
if my discernment is too high that you wrong,
Well,
I will stay away from you.
Some people are fuck ups and you can tell.
I just stay away
Some
from you.
people might seem one thing and they're not. But let me just say, we were talking about Republicans, and Republicans are scum. Republicans are scum. These are the black Republicans that talk shit and
About
trash black people to entertain white folks. They sit down and what can I say ugly about black people to white people to make them like me?
And they make millions.
They do. They make a lot of money.
They make millions.
They're like a lot of sorry black entertainers and athletes. All they do is trash black folks. People. And see, when I'm around white people, don't ask me, because I tell you, we need our damn money. And now that they gave the illegal shit, now I'm really saying reparations. I don't care who they don't invite me. So I don't run going to those things. But there are two things in the Republican Party I need to understand. In fact, I got this book right here. The book.
Oh, you got it. Good.
I have it.
It's a good book.
Black people that are in the Republican Party get fucked with real hard. If you got any dignity, the Republican Party could be a heartbreaker.
The authentic black Republicans, we're dying off, and we're a rare breed, or we left the Republican Party. That's a good one too.
Yeah, but these are and I want people to understand that the Republicans, all they do is attack black people. I call them sinners.
Yes.
SIN. That stands for single issue niggers.
Yes.
They either talk about education only,
Yep.
guns only,
Yep.
abortion only, and there's a new one now, illegal migration only. They do not talk about reparations. They don't
They
talk
don't
about
talk about black
they don't
economics,
talk about procurement. They don't talk about mass
unity.
incarceration. They don't talk about they don't have the only black agenda they have is the black on the dollar bill they can put on their account.
That's it.
They don't care nothing about the rest of us.
They're not even pro-life.
No,
They say they're pro-life,
they're
but
scum.
they're not pro-life.
They're fake. They don't like black people. Okay. And so let me be absolutely clear about this. I grew up around black Republicans that bash heads with white people. And you have to understand the lily white Republicans, the white supremacist Republicans,
They're the lily white.
have hijacked the Republican Party totally. And they don't like any kind of black anything. Everything black is irrelevant to them. No matter how important it is, they can't see it.
Correct.
And there are a lot of them around Trump. Not that Trump is one, but Trump is surrounded by them. And they are some of them are evangelicals. They're basically racist ass people.
They're the Jerry Falwells.
No, they're worse than Jerry Falwell. All of these people, they're total sickos. Now, this brother T Hawk, I thought I was the only one that noticed these people get sick when we start vibing. Let me just give you guys a Harvard story. When I was a divinity student at Harvard, I knew that people hate black people so much. If just two black people get along, it's disconcerting to them, no matter how innocent it is.
Mhm.
I can be washing dishes and someone's drying dishes and it bothers them. It doesn't, even if we're not talking to each other.
Correct.
Now, if we're across the room from each other, we're spatially separate, they'll still look and see there are two blacks in the room.
Mm-hmm.
So what did I do? Because I like cooking, I would have dinners. Anybody could come if you're white, I don't care. I would spend all my money and cook all this food. And I'd get about 30 black people to come and eat. Do you know all the white folk would leave the Divinity Hall dormitory? No one was bothering anyone. We were just eating. The idea of black people just sitting together to break bread was an act of violence to them. And I'm going to explain to you what it means for all you black folks that don't get it. White people's power is derived from black people's division. Black people's antisocial, self-hating behavior is the foundation of white power. If we didn't hate each other and ourselves, and if we had any solidarity, it makes them feel weak. Even if we were just holding hands dancing, it drives them crazy.
It drives them nuts.
That's what we must do. So when I was at the divinity school, I didn't hold protests. I would just cook food. And anybody could eat. It wasn't black only. In fact, they got angry at the whites who would come and eat with us. But then ask how the food was. So they wanted to eat the food without dealing with the people that cooked it. Okay. And so white power is contingent on black self-hatred and on black abortion, black suicidality, black misogyny, black misogyny. Our weaknesses are their strengths.
Correct.
If we discovered our strengths, we expose their weaknesses. But I'll tell you, most of us, we don't want white supremacy to be weakened. We want to be embraced by white supremacy. That won't happen. It can't happen.
Correct.
Black exclusion and marginalization is integral to white supremacy. You can't be included. I didn't say you couldn't be included in America. I was having a conversation today with a white American, a nice brother too. And I said to him, the real problem in the country is y'all haven't figured out. A lot of white folk are still trying to live in the 1800s where you could pretend that we black people don't belong anywhere.
Right.
It's old. It's stupid. It's insane. I said to him, did you know my grandfather is the founder of the city of Baltimore? I says, you can't get any more damn American than me.
Right.
I'm not trying to like do it. I'm just saying what the hell it is. Did you know my grandmother, the county that the first capital of Maryland was in, is named for my grandmother? Do you know that the counties in Maryland are named for relatives of mine? You know, the James River in Virginia is named for my uncle. Jamestown's named for my uncle. Sir, you can kill me. I'd still be part of America.
Yep.
And he said to him that we're more American than anybody else.
We are more indigenous
We're
than
more
anybody else.
indigenous than anybody else. Not only are we more indigenous,
We're more indigenous.
we're the people that were here before they came, and we're the new blend of people that were developed since they came.
Correct.
There's nothing else like us anywhere, nor will there ever be.
And I think that's
And
where
you,
the jealousy is
well, but the point
and
is
the
that,
hatred.
but I'll tell you where the greater jealousy and hatred is. It's
Okay.
horizontal, us being jealous and hateful towards one another.
That's true. That is
Whether
true.
it's a man that's a tranny that wants to use a woman's restroom, or a woman that wants to strap on to be a dude, or I'm mad you light skin, you dark skin, your hair, your nose, your lips. We've got more smoke for each other than we do for the system that oppresses us.
Yep.
And I'm thinking, if you gotta hate something, wouldn't your enemy qualify?
Yep.
You have enemies. But anyway, no enemy is important enough for me to hate them. In fact, if we really loved one another, these things don't happen. They don't kill immigrants and others like they kill us because they understand those people on a certain level like each other. Our hatred, our collective hatred of one another is on blast. Everyone knows this about us.
Correct.
We have to stop.
Yes.
And I would tell people, I'm very honest. You know, last week the matriarch of my family died. Her name was Ruth Brooks Lancaster. She was
Sorry.
97 years old.
Mm.
And my cousin aunt is a descendant of George Washington's family. As I said, some of us are more American than anybody else. If I were to show you a picture of mine, I think I sent you a picture. She looked like George Washington. She has the same face.
I saw it.
Okay, I'm just saying. I mean, I'm not picking. I'm just saying the family name is Dunstan. What's the house that George Washington grew up in? Dunstan Hall. I don't want anything. I'm not trying to make myself. I'm just trying to tell you how it is. But my aunt, cousin, was married to a family member who was color struck, who hated my favorite cousin because he was dark skinned and was so abusive to her. And because my cousin, who died a few years ago, preceded his mother, was darker skinned. He loved the light skinned son, but hated the dark skinned one.
Mm.
And that's awful.
It is awful.
You know, that's
we
awful.
still
we still have
like that. We're still like that today.
Yeah. I don't like it.
I don't like it either.
I don't like it. You know, I don't like it. I don't like it.
I had people say, well, somebody said something because, I'm very light skinned. And I said, I have every melanin in my family. You see my family pictures.
Yeah.
Every shade of black is in my family.
Hmm.
How can I think I'm better? Well, my aunt, my great uncles, my great grandmother, how can I think I'm better? My
Yeah.
grandfather,
I don't like it.
I don't like it.
One of my favorite great aunts, her name was Justice, and she was from the Proctor family. And if y'all not from the DC area, you don't know about Proctors, but the Proctors are a very light skinned family. And if you, they don't like for people, they even marry, some of them are sick. They have retarded children, have problems with their teeth because they're inbred. They don't want to marry anybody dark.
Oh,
Well, my great aunt married my uncle Cleophas, and he's dark skinned. And this is so terrible. When she decides she's going to marry my uncle, they threw her stuff outside and
mm,
had a funeral for her. Bitch, you dead to us because you married that spade. This stuff is ugly.
it is
That's
very
some
ugly.
shit that we would get mad if white people did it.
It is
It's
very
ugly. It's ugly.
ugly.
It's vile. And black folk, you have to understand something. These other people come over here. You think that they're not paying attention to us?
Oh, they're
They are.
studying
And
us.
they study us and they see how we do and they play it. Yes, they do. They game it.
Yes, they
We've got to
do.
stop being such suckers and suck ups to being allowing ourselves to hate one another and do this. But just they had a funeral to pronounce her dead. You married that spade, that nigga spade. We don't know you. She
Mm.
never talked about her family. No, she just never went back.
That
That's
that happens in Louisiana a lot with the.
that's just as nice as she could be. Just you never heard just you never saw her family. Her children never met their family. Never. That's just a complete cutoff. And it's a complete cutoff. I don't like that. I don't this is not cool. This is sick. I got family down in Georgia.
Mm-hmm.
And the family down in Georgia, the white man who had the big white Jewish dude, they had some kids and they gave the nice stuff to the red haired kids and to the black ones so these people don't talk to each other. I hate all this shit. I can't stand
I
it.
can't. I don't like it at all.
It makes me very angry. I can't. You know that's true for me, Ashir. I don't like that. You play some colors in it. I can't. I'm done. I'm done with
I
your ass. I only
I
need to see that one time out of you. I'll never deal with you again. I hate colorism. I really hate it. I mean, I can't stand it. You want to get done with me? Let me see you one of those black folks and you nasty like that. I'll never talk to you again. You better hide it. You better act like you like everybody when you're black. Or at least, and you don't have to love them, but you can't be like this color thing. When I worked at Bowie, they complained I was giving too much attention to the darker students. You know, I don't like. I don't care. I don't care if you don't like me. I don't care who I'm offending. I hate colorism. And I had to get some light skinned students straight. Told someone, you know what, if you thought your long hair was going to get you a passing greatness class, it'd be better if you cut it off. I'm
right,
likely to fail your ass if you think you could just stroke your hair and not do my damn work.
right.
And so, mm-mm.
But you hit a good point. When these immigrants come here, they see that and they do know how to play that,
They do.
and they use it against us.
Yes, they do. This person read Sigma said Kamar Harris rose to the top playing on black folks' colorism. If
Yes.
if you ask me, Willie Brown is a dark skinned black man that hates himself. He never did anything for black people. And he's always sleeping with light skinned and white women. That lets you
Correct.
know Willie Brown is into colorism. He's probably from Texas, feel bad about being dark skinned. And you see this kind of stuff. You see a lot of black men, they're dark skinned, they always get with a light skinned woman. They never get anyone the same shade as them.
No.
Not even Tragic Johnson.
No.
Everybody's wife is lighter. Another person thinks he's ugly, Michael Jordan.
Correct.
All of these people, they always get the lightest or whitest person. They never pick a dark skinned person, no matter how pretty that person is. And also,
Nope.
I see some dark skinned women, they only like light skinned dudes sometimes. Because I ain't gonna have no ugly kids. You can call your kid ugly if it came out of you. Now, if I called your kid ugly, my kid ain't ugly. Now, we want you to know, first and foremost, I got to tell you, I said there were many announcements tonight.
Yes.
First and foremost, that next Saturday, not this Saturday, but the following Saturday, we're going to go back to doing salt sermons on Sabbath.
Okay.
This first week, we're going to just get together amongst the people, and we're going to start praying over this election,
Yes.
praying for reparations. I'm going
Yes.
to pray that God strike down every nigga in the California Legislative Black Caucus that didn't vote for reparations. If God puts them all in the basket, I'm good.
Well, we've been having more and more town halls about what happened. And I tell people, California as a whole is a battleground state for this. Because
Yeah,
if we can get it here, it will happen.
You can get it everywhere.
Everywhere. Because the thing is, as California goes, the
So
rest
that's
of the
the
nation follows.
right. So we're going to work.
So
This
we
is why-
can get it here, it will go across the
but
nation.
we've got to help you who's involved in the political situation stay. Everybody, let me again, for some of you that are coming on later, they came in late. We're having a discussion. This is called the WASI Telathon. WASI stands for Warrior Sisters. This sister's been in the trenches. Her name is Aja Smith.
Yes.
She's from Los Angeles, California, and she is a person that's run for Congress 3 times, raised hundreds of thousands of dollars. She's been speaking out for reparations. She's pro-life, pro-affirmative action,
Yes.
anti-gentrification, anti-illegal migration in a predominantly white and Hispanic congressional district. And
Correct.
she's also not for feminism and LGBTQ bullshit.
Correct. And I'm a veteran.
And she's a veteran. And she walks the walk and talks the talk. And she's been targeted by a Asian American sodomite Democrat. And they deliberately held up an entire year of her benefits. And mind
Still
you, this
fighting.
year has been complicated by the fact that within the last 2 years, she lost 7 close family members. So that's not just them dying, that's the income, that's the help, that do all of that. All these people have died, all she has is her dogs.
That's it.
These people have deliberately held up giving her money that she's owed. And there's a congressional investigation.
Yes.
There are 3 Veteran Administration specialists.
Correct.
Real nasty bugger addict who's a sodomite. He's the vice chair for the
Veterans Affairs.
So he's punishing the woman who's run against his punk ass 3 times by literally forcing her out of the state, strangling her economically. And I want everybody to know, I know y'all hear me cussing. I cuss sometimes, it's true. What you know bad about me, you already know. But I believe in God.
Me too.
And we've been praying, and we were looking, saying, God, I don't want you to have to leave your home, your family home. You lost the people. At least a home is a memory. You lose that too. It's like another death.
Yes.
Got to raise $8,000. I said, how much money you really need? He says, 8. He says, I don't see how I'm going to get it. He says, you know what? I'm broke too, But like I'll tell anybody, and I want everybody to remember, I don't care what anyone says about me. I believe in God. I'm a Christian. I believe in the
Yes.
Bible. I know that stuff is real. My doctor that's taking care of me now has pointed out at least 4 or 5 things that should have happened that should have killed me in the last 2.5 years, and I'm not dead.
I remember you
Okay.
saying that.
Over and over and over again, things that should have killed me. I mean, I accept death comes to everybody.
Right.
Like right now, they say I have stage 4 cancer. The doctor keeps trying to, he keeps patting me on my back, saying, "Do you feel any pain?" I says, "No, no pain." He says, "Do you know you have cancer in your back, Short? Our thing says that you have cancer spread all through your back." Well, people, I don't feel any pain. If you think I could sit up and talk for hours if I was in pain, I don't think like that. Which means that while I have this stage 4 cancer and another cancer, and they say I have diabetes, as long as I'm here, I'm going to do everything I can as often as I can to speak out for the God and the faith I believe in, the people that I'm a part of.
Amen.
And I said to her, "Look, I don't have the money, but we're going to have to find somebody.
Yes.
We're going to have to ask people to help you. And I want to let everybody know we got 6,000 of the 8. We need 2,000 more. If we
Yes.
can get 2,000 more, she can hold her house." And I want to let you know we're not going to keep coming back, because today, one of the most powerful Republican senator in the United States is taking up this sister's cause.
Yes.
Yes, I did. I told her I'm going to go in and tell this man, you must help this woman. Uh, and
And he's a veteran too.
he
He's a retired colonel.
he's agreed. He's tired of, and all over the country they've targeted Black veterans to not get their benefits. A white man, a Southern white man, saying, "Yep,
Yep.
they do this to Black people." Yes, they do. They most certainly do. Now they said someone just killed your father in the hospital. I'm sorry. Where is your father? And they do kill people. They destroy people. And I want to let y'all know, if you send me anything, I thank you. I want to thank all the folks that helped me over the past few months, because now I have almost everything I need for my anti-cancer protocol. I got one thing outstanding,
That's
and that's
blessed.
cannabis oil. And
That's a blessing.
I think I'll have that next week. If y'all want to do that, it's expensive. You get a little bottle, they want $200. It's like, damn. I mean, I could take us all out to a steakhouse for a little thing of like cannabis oil. And even when you say it's medicinal, they think you want to get high.
No.
No, sure they do. I mean, they think you want to vape with it. And so,
I
Bible
know
goes,
people. I know people who've been in remission and have cancer, and they took the cannabis oil and they said that's the best treatment right
yeah,
now.
well, I'm going to be taking cannabis oil. In fact, I'm going to come and do that shit in front of y'all, just so y'all know that I'm not getting high. I'm going to show you I'm going to weed oil, my dope oil, and I'm going to put it under my tongue, and I'm going to tell you if it's nasty. Maybe I have to like,
Give
but
me
I'm
a
going to have my weed oil, and I'm going to take my anti-cancer protocol right there in front of you, like I did with the hydroxychloroquine when they got me put off of YouTube. Yes, I will use that shit. You
Well,
bet.
here's one of my dogs. This is Miss Fanny.
Oh, she's pretty.
She's a Yorkie.
Okay, she's a white dog.
She is,
Mhm.
and we call her the supervisor
Okay, she's a supervisor.
because she sits out all day looking outside, and she's helped me so much mentally through this whole thing, especially after my mother's sudden death last year.
Yeah, well, dogs are important,
And
and
right, I had 4 dogs. I
and
had 4, and right after my mother died, my first dog died a week later.
Right. Oh, and then your other dog died.
My other dog that you prayed over,
We
Miss
were praying
Jenny.
for your dog because you didn't have the money to even take the dog to be put to sleep. Didn't have him, so we
Well,
started praying.
I got him to be put to sleep, but Jenny, I didn't have the money to put
Right.
to
You didn't
sleep.
have the money to put him to sleep.
And you
Uh,
prayed over her. I gave her the Tylenol, and I called you the next day. She passed peacefully.
right. She passed peacefully. So we've been praying. Now, this brother said he was head of Brother Malcolm's security back in the day.
Hmm.
Well, Brother Shay, send me an email because you should talk to Mr. Bailey. Peter Bailey, who was with Malcolm, is like one of my movement uncles.
Come here.
And I want to also say to you, black men, I'm going to be going back to my show. Y'all need to understand, I was a little under the weather for a couple of days. See how much better I feel, sister,
You
since
look great.
yeah, because I took some drugs. I
I
took
know
some of
you
my
took
herb.
that stuff, and I was
Yes,
like, oh
no,
boy.
I feel much better because I've been feeling
But you
tired.
look great. I meant to tell you, you look really good.
Yeah. Um, y'all need to know that there's an epidemic of prostate cancer among black men. I don't know where it's coming from, but we need to start talking about it.
You have to get
I've
tested early.
I've got some books or some materials. Someone sent me a book. I will come back to Black Dicks Matter. And in fact, and we could talk about Black Boobs Matter for breast cancer. We could talk about all of it because
Right.
the protocol that I'm talking about can be used for breast cancer as well. And by
Well,
the way, my own doctor told me that the protocol does two work. They are targeting us with
yes.
genomes, but there are things that we can do to fight back. And we need to start talking to each other. So, Brother Shay, send me your email. I'd love to talk to you. I just can't do it in the middle of this. And I have to say this isn't really a time where I can really talk to people. But I would say within a week, guys, I think I'm going to start doing blog talk.
Oh, that's
Or 2 weeks, I might
well.
do that. Hey,
I
Black Rose, you want to do blog talk? We have to figure out how we can make this more interactive. I don't like Twitter as much, although I can do Twitter. I have some people watching on Twitter now. Now, I want to remind everybody, Aja, who
yes.
military person, survived being mistreated in a sexual way in the military. Black women
MS2.
ain't safe in the military. She's been through all of that. They're messing with her money. They're mad about her stance. And let me say this of Aja, because Aja was in DC. I can just tell you, I know a whole lot of black folks when they get into a white, predominantly white thing, and they could say they were Hispanic or white and just fake it. And white folks don't mind if you don't act too black; they'll accept. Uh, she's not like that. Okay, I remember the first time I asked her, are you biracial?
I
And
know he.
she got
That's it.
mad. I'm
I
not.
did.
She got angry. I'm not. Both my parents are black, and I hate when people. Okay, right. So she's like, I know a lot of other people. Yeah, I'm biracial, and I'm not really wholly black. There's absolutely her whole attitude. She got so angry about even how could anyone suggest that part white? And it's like, duh, duh, you know, John Travolta's darker than you are. But it's like, anyway. But they're for real. We've got to help each other out. And I want to let y'all know. Let me do some more announcements. So if I'm all over the place, it's
You were
okay.
gonna do another announcement. I forgot which one it was.
We're gonna
It
go
was the
back.
Salt and Light.
Salt Ministries is going to kick off
Yes.
Saturday after next. We're also going to have a WASI summit on December 14th. And all of you sisters, y'all need to send me bios. We're
I
going to be
sent
talking
my
about
bio.
health and safety of Black women.
Yes.
Health and safety of Black women. It's an important thing. Y'all need to understand, if Donald Trump wins, the white people mad about all of these no good, uh, no good whore ass pork chop feminists that have been selling wolf tickets for 4 years under Biden are going to be targeted. All Black women will be targeted. over Kamala, win or lose.
Yep.
All kinds of things will happen. We've got to come together to look at the issues, to come together. I'm going to have someone that's self-defense with guns. I want nurses. I want people that can do something to help advise. And it won't be our first meeting. We did a Patriarch Summit. Now we're going to do a WASI Summit. And y'all need to understand something. We need men are welcome, but real men, decent men want to lift up women. We want to put our women on a pedestal. We want to showcase our women. We don't want to make them. I don't like the slut and hoe culture. I hate it. Okay. I want people to see the best in Black women and not the worst. By the
Yeah.
way, you're looking good with that slim fast you're taking Black Rose. You need to give some to Oprah because that shit she took that messed up her guts. And who? Macy Gray taking that Ozempic. Oh, you're a simp for using that. Y'all need to take some other way to lose me. You're gonna fuck up your digestive system, but you'll find out later. So we're gonna be doing the WASI Summit, and that will be the first of meetings to organize Black women that are for Black families, Black children, for Black men, and for Black women. Black women need to
Correct.
be taken care of. They need to be organized.
Correct.
Sisters that are standing up that don't become boule bitches, they don't have any help. Stop bitching about the folks that have pledged to the Eastern Star and start helping the organic grassroots sisters standing up. This
Yes.
is why I'm up at 3 in the morning, whether my health is good or not. I told her I'm gonna drug my ass up. Never went up the stairs, took a
You
whole
did. He
shit.
said,
I'm gonna
he said, call me in 3 hours.
call
I
me in
said,
3 hours.
okay.
And even if I don't feel well, last night I was so weak
Yeah.
and sick. I says, fuck it, I'm not gonna be sick tonight. I'm gonna take some drugs. I love drugs. I mean, well, herbs, those kind of things.
I
Not
know. I
no,
know. I know.
they gave me oxycodone pills when I left the hospital, and I gave them to someone else that was in pain. I told them I'm not using that shit. I told him I'm too old to fucking carjack and snatch purses and shit, break in people's houses. I'm too damn old to be a geriatric drug addict that's like trying to steal shit from people. And I'd probably go in the medicine cabinet and get some X-Lax and end up shitting myself to death. So no, no, don't give me nothing. I'll just learn to live with some damn pain and shit. Okay.
I don't like taking a lot of medicine. I never did.
No, but I love taking herbs. This ashwagandha, my God, I am so high. I had about 4 of them, and Shilajit too. Oh, so I had some DHEA, some Shilajit, some ashwagandha, some NAC. Oh yeah, look, I got a whole cabinet full of drugs and herbs and shit. Just drop all that shit. Ooh, and I also had a whole bunch. You go in and you get like a shot when you go to Starbucks. Well, I had some iced tea and I had multiple shots of red Panax ginseng. So I'm more wired than AT&T and Verizon. Okay, and it's good being high.
Oh
It's
Lord.
really good being high. I think, I mean, if you're not high, I mean, if you need some suggestions on how to get high naturally, you can email me. I'll tell you some of the shit I use. I feel great now. I haven't felt this good, but I haven't been using my stuff. I've been like not. I've been abstaining from my mood altering herbs. Now, can you imagine when I get my weed oil, put that with the ashwagandha and the shilajit? Mm. And there's something else, matcha. I'm gonna get matcha and ashwagandha. And by the way, all of you that are dealing with prostate issues, if you get the tincture with matcha and ashwagandha, the ashwagandha helps your sperm count, so does matcha. And it helps a good blood flow to your penis. Your woman will thank you, especially if your ED isn't so advanced. If you're not like if you're not like Biden, it will help you. That's why he's messing with kids. He needs someone his dick size. That's part.
Oh.
A lot of pedophiles don't have much to work with. That's why they're messing with kids. Then my thing is find someone small that's your age. Anyway, everybody don't like it big. Now we're gonna do the WASI Summit. We're gonna start doing SALT.
Yep.
We're also in December. I'm hoping to go to Mississippi to meet with some grassroots activists in Jackson, Mississippi. In as much as I need to let y'all know, I'll know next week whether these people who owe me 20 some odd months of back pay, God willing, I'll be able to go to Chicago.
Oh, that'd be good.
I'll go some other places, and I need to do another trip. I may ask God to make some small donations. I'll go on Southwest and meet with some folks. We need to come together, and I want everybody to know I may have Sheree Peoples. I know I want to have
Yes.
Miss Johnson. I want everybody to know that we're going to be back in business.
And Elizabeth.
Yeah, we're going to have Elizabeth Eddings. I need your help. If you're in the DC area, we need to start raising hell for why they removed this sister from her job.
Yep.
There's a lot that is going to be done.
We're being very targeted.
We're all being
We're
targeted.
all being targeted.
I
And
will have a website for SALT done, and I'm going to get some other things done. The Angry Black Men's Book Club has a website. I haven't really done as much with it, but I can. Y'all need to understand, you have no idea how weak you can become if you have something. I didn't even know. Like I told you, I had contaminated blood and everything. I mean, it's sapping the life out of you. Oh, and I took something else. You know what I'm talking about, is Shira. I had beetroot. Oh my
you
God.
told me that the other day.
Oh, beetroot pills. Whew,
Yeah,
man.
you told me that the other
Okay,
day.
so I'm totally high right now.
You told me that you had that the other day.
Yeah, and I had some tonight. I'm totally high, and you know what? I'm gonna probably take some of that in front of y'all, because I mean, people need to. A lot of folks, weed isn't everything. It's not the only way, but I am gonna take weed oil in front of y'all. I'm gonna celebrate. I'm becoming a pothead. I've never smoked marijuana in my life. Never wanted to. My neighbors on this side, the studs, smoke weed. It gives my mother headaches and the munchies and shit. That's probably why she can't lose weight. And never wanted anything to do with weed. I don't like the smell. Weed makes me sneeze.
I never liked the smell. It
I
just
hate it. Yeah, you know what?
if you want to do it, that's fine. But I just don't
the
like
weed
the
nowadays smells like a burnt donkey ass. How could you put that
It
up on your?
smells.
Oh God!
I
Or a
remember
burnt
growing
skunk
up,
ass.
the weed that people I knew, it didn't smell as bad. But
Oh, this stuff is terrible. I don't
now,
know what they have people on, but I'll tell you one thing. A lot of people that smoke weed are gay. So to me, if I see you in the weed too much, I start wondering.
is there something in it?
No, I just think it loosens people's morals and shit. And they start saying, well, damn, a booty
That's,
can be a pussy. A pussy can be a booty. Well,
let's
if I
try it.
can look right and
Let's try
just,
it.
you know what? Their butt is like a mouth and my dick is like a blunt. They belong together. It's just, anyway.
Yep, that's the THC hotel.
It
It
is.
is.
It's
The
terrible.
THC level is different now.
Oh, and this person says when you smoke, it's estrogenic, so it produces estrogen. You see all of these strange, effeminate behavior, skinny jeans, sagging, all this ass sex. We're so obsessed with asses. I mean, I can't find enough time to wipe my own. Damn, obsessed on someone else's ass.
I ain't doing it.
Mm.
Not
Yeah,
me.
this is terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. But I'm gonna get high in front of y'all, but I'm gonna go to sleep. I don't like to be around.
I want to say thank you so much, and I was going to ask. Definitely pray. Everybody
We're gonna
pray.
pray. Yeah, well, we'll
Gotta
pray
pray.
before we go. After all this cussing, we'll pray. Yeah. You know what? Muslims always do their shit. And all the Luciferian black people do all their rituals and stuff in front of y'all, and y'all like that. So choke on my Christian prayer. Okay, I'm gonna talk to white Jesus in front of y'all. I'm not afraid. Yeah, I got my white Jesus picture upstairs. I should bring it down.
You got the picture?
Yeah, my white Jesus. You want me to get it?
You got the picture?
Isn't he lovely?
Do you have it with Dr. King and
No,
JFK?
no,
And
no, 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 no. No, white Jesus don't need nobody black with him. He don't need nobody else.
you have it
What
with
else about
JFK?
Jesus? Y'all want me to get my white Jesus?
My great aunt did. My grandmother's sister for a long time. She had white Jesus. She had Martin Luther King and JFK.
Well, no.
As
So
soon
yeah,
as you walk in, that was Jesus was in the middle, Dr. King and JFK.
that
See how
sounds like
that
that sounds like an orgy. Anyway, I'm just joking. The white Jesus. Anyway,
she had it up forever.
everybody, just know that we're back. I've been
I
saying I want to get
appreciate it.
back. I want everybody to know that we will be going live tomorrow. I'm going to be going live twice tomorrow.
Oh,
I
good.
think I'm going to go live with Sister Eve, and we'll be doing stuff as well. I will be doing Pat Talk, and I may
Okay.
just do a book thing. It depends on how I feel. I need to celebrate uh, the victory for my two sisters and for myself,
Yes.
and also I want to thank everybody that shared that video on Charade Peoples that's exposing
Yes.
Kamswala. I want to thank all the brothers and sisters. I want to thank all of the moderators, Sister Brooke, El Negro Hotep, all of y'all
Yes.
for
Thank
making
you.
this possible. Sister Nikki, who's not here, Black Rose, and we're going to do more of these. And by the way, isn't it nice? This is black men and black women. It's not like, no, bitch, you killed my baby, motherfucker. But that's all right. I was screwing your brother and your mom. You didn't know that. And right, ah, look at that. It's
It was
harmony.
nice.
There's peace. When you see Pat Talk, it's a bunch of black men in harmony. And I'm going to bring Mother Azima to start talking about. I had talked about doing a health show. We need to do that.
Got to.
When I talked about Black Dicks Matter, it was mostly anecdotal. This time I'm going to have people come in and really talk about it. I'm going to see if Brother Marlo will come in and talk. And we want to get back to that and to look at health. And also, you know that microphone check is coming back out.
Oh,
I need
good.
to,
I
to
really
read.
want to see it.
He's doing a film on Dr. Francis Cress Welsing, so I'm going to get interviewed.
Oh, wonderful.
Um, it's fascinating. It's fascinating.
I will definitely want to see that.
It's fascinating. She was awesome.
We don't
She's
talk
right.
about her. We don't talk about her as much anymore.
We don't talk about any black intellectual people. We're always talking about these goddamn celebrities.
That's true.
I'll tell you something.
We need to go back and start pushing to talk about the intellects.
Yeah, the serious black people. I like Donna Summer. I like women singers. I like Natalie Cole. I like Whitney Houston. I like Cissy Houston. I like Diana Ross. I like Donna Summer. I like Natalie Cole. I liked all the women singers. I just love the divas, man. But they weren't gods to me. They're people that had a talent. I like Frida Payne. I love Aretha Franklin. Like Dionne Warwick.
Yes.
Right? We could go on and on. Stephanie Mills.
Oh, yes, Stephanie Mills.
There's so many, but hold on. Why is the name escaping me? And this is a senior moment, but Minnie Riperton. Minnie Riperton.
Yes.
Candy Stanton. All of these people, all of these folks, even like Tina Turner. What's love got to do?
I like Tina a lot.
What's love but second-hand emotion? Oh, what to do with that? I mean, I like all of them. I like Sylvia with Pillow Talk. I like all of the Shaka Khan.
I love Shaka.
Try
She was my mother's favorite.
with you. I
She
can't hit
was
that.
my mother's favorite.
I can't hit that note. Where she'd go smiling and she'd do the octave. Comes a no surprise. You've got to love. You forget love. Keep on living. Whatever it is, I can do that. Okay, so we love Rufus with Shaka Khan.
Yes.
We love the
Yes.
woman from Rolls Royce. I'm wishing on a star. Right, right. We like all of them. We like all of them. But they're people. And we need to remember the Amos Wilsons, the E. Franklin
Mhm.
Frazier's, the Carter G. Woodsons, the Nathan
Yes.
Ayers, we the Francis Cress Welsings, the John
Yes.
Henry Clarks, the
Yes.
Benjamin Quarleses. We have to remember these people. That work counts too. And if
Very much.
everything has to be exciting and fun, everything isn't fun and exciting. It's not fair that we will sit down and listen to a boring ass. They like niggas like watching the BBC and watching book notes. White people can be serious and boring. The black person's consistently like pushing all your buttons, you turn them off. I better be entertained. I mean, if for 1 minute I'm not laughing, white comedians may crack one joke in 10 minutes and white
Correct.
people are happy. A black person has to have a constant flow of
Cor-
jokes, or else people get it ready to walk out.
Correct.
We have such ridiculous expectations of
Us.
one another and so little of anyone else. Do you realize people know that?
Yes.
So, as a teacher, I'm supposed to be able to do everything humorous, fast, and not take too much of their time and them learn. And they
Correct.
have a boring white teacher that can barely stay awake. They paid more attention to him. And I'm way more engaged than the boring ass monotone white professor. But because I'm black, man, I don't think we have homework. We've got to grow out of not respecting one another. And
Yes, we
part of
do.
that comes out of us not respecting black knowledge or black intellect. Frances Cress Welsing doesn't get half of the respect that she deserves.
Correct.
Malcolm X doesn't get half of what he deserves. Nathan Hare's wife, Julia Hare, Dr. Julia Hare, doesn't get half the respect. Dr. Kenneth and Mamie Clark, husband and wife, don't get the respect that they deserve. They're people who did intellectual work, and an information age people, the people that
Hmm.
are ones with the information or the ones that do the informing are the soldiers.
Correct.
And an information age, if you don't have information, you're already a casualty of the war.
Hmm.
So that's why I wanted to do the book thing. And I apologize, guys. Look, if between them taking my videos and knocking my channel down, and then I want y'all to know they gave me contaminated blood, I believe. And since I talked to y'all, I had a friend, my cousin up in Harrisburg, had me on with the judge who used to be the head judge for juveniles in the state of Pennsylvania. Her friend had the same blood bacteria that I had, and it ate the valves off of her heart. They were able to give her new valves, but she had a stroke in rehab and she died.
Oh no.
It is a miracle that the blood they gave me from someone that was probably vaccinated, that's probably will have the supercharged cancer. I mean, one day, boom, it's everywhere in the organs, bones, all this kind of stuff. Okay. Maybe I had some from someone vaccinated. Y'all need to understand, if you get blood from someone, if you get a vaccinated person's blood and you're not vaccinated, you get the spike protein. It's just the same as if I had been injected. All the time I spent trying not to have that shit in me, and I still, when they gave me blood, if that person's vaccinated, then I got the spike protein.
Aren't
Yeah,
they supposed to disclose that?
no. The same way they want to let people give blood with AIDS. because gay people will feel bad. They don't want my blood. So what I go to the
Oh Lord.
bathhouse. I'm a person. In fact, I've been with so many people. I think I'm the consummate people person. Why would my blood be any good? And so now they're going to let those folks, and it's called loading.
Mm-hmm.
Loading, it means fucking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
These people that have 100 people ejaculate into their ass or their mouth, that gets into their blood. And then when they give the blood, because they don't want to be stigmatized. See, when you hear stigmatization, what you think stigma is mistreating someone based on something that's unfair. What the sodomite considers stigmatization is being called out on a degenerate lifestyle.
Right.
If you're having sex with dozens and dozens of people, high risk is a euphemism for wicked, sinful, reprobate behavior.
Right.
You can't fuck everybody. You have no business. The body wasn't made for it. But of course, they're going to shift that all around. And if you start looking, people, this year and last year, the first years, the lifespan of American people is decreasing. Young people are getting all this anal cancer from being fucked in the ass, boys and girls and young men.
Yep.
This has all been brought to us by Obama and Biden and all these other people. And y'all gonna get mad. Let me offend a bunch of y'all. I can get some people to stop following me. I went to school with him. He seemed to be a nice kid, Chadwick Boseman. But if you saw Chadwick Boseman when I saw Chadwick Boseman would have impressed you as a young gay guy. That beard and the more macho thing that you saw in the
Black
Black
Panther.
Panther is very different from the Chadwick Boseman that I would see at Howard University and the Blackburn faculty dining lounge. I'm just saying. And he had colorectal cancer, and it was aggressive, and it killed him in about 4 years. Do your research. Almost 100% of people that get that kind of cancer are people that had anal sex. Nice
Yep.
looking man, talented man. I told you, I'm fair. If I like you, I like you. White, black, gay, straight, I'll tell you where I stand with you, but I tell you I like you. I have friends that are white Republicans that don't like reparations. And I tell them, I still like you, but damn it, we need our fucking money.
Yes, we do.
And I'll still be friends with you.
I sure
Okay?
will too.
So, did I like Chadwick Boseman? Yes. Do I think it's suspect the way that he was here today, gone tomorrow, and barely discussed?
Yeah.
Yes. What's his name is Al Freeman. Remember Al Freeman, the actor that played Elijah Muhammad in
Mm-hmm.
the next film?
Yep.
Chadwick Boseman would be a group of students that would have lunch all the time with Al Freeman and the Blackburn Center at Howard University. I'm not lying. I'm not picking. And again, I like him, and you hear me here calling names, and it's not like that. Some of us lost family members to AIDS. Okay, so it's not like I'm pleased. In fact, I talk about this shit because I'm outraged.
Right.
And not necessarily outraged with the person that it finds himself in the mess, but most people who get caught up in LGBTQ were molested when they were young.
That's true.
We've got an epidemic of black boys and girls being molested.
That's true.
Uh,
That is true.
I'm sick and tired. Someone said Michael B. Jordan too zesty. I wouldn't disagree. I would say that the son of Will Smith is too zesty.
True too.
There
Jaden.
are a lot of people zesty, and I want to say this. Part of how the white people took down the people in Hawaii
Yes.
was to promote homosexuality among the Hawaiians, and it decimated them.
Mm.
People need to understand that syphilis is in America right at this moment. The vast majority of people who have syphilis in America are homosexuals. Why
Wow.
that is, I don't know. I don't hate anybody. And I'll tell you, my mother worked with people who had syphilis in the mental hospital, used to see people dying from syphilis. So I always say to people, I've always been terrified of STDs. Our people need to become afraid of these things. And that's why no matter how nasty this mouth or mind gets, when I think about the people, if you've ever seen a person where the syphilis is eating the cartilage out of their nose and they look like a Halloween mask, and you see,
I've seen pictures. It's
if you've ever seen people with the last stages of syphilis living, you'll never forget it. You'll be afraid of it. I've been terrified my whole life from this stuff. And I'm glad. So no matter how strange, weird, I always remember, damn, I don't want to be like that person. Their nose and the ear cartilage eaten up, and this stuff does awful things. And there are more diseases out. There's several. What y'all need to know for all you sexual promiscuous people listening
Mm.
is that the STDs that you hear about, like the top 5 or 6, that's based on medical research funding.
Right.
There are as many as 50 STDs, if not more than that.
Right.
But because the money isn't on that, they're still doing AIDS,
Yeah.
herpes, syphilis, gonorrhea, chlamydia. They're doing the top ones. Then the newer ones that develop from this nasty behavior that people engaged in, those don't rate. And what a lot of you see young people dropping dead, it's not always a damn jab.
Correct.
A lot of people are dropping dead from septic gonorrhea.
Correct.
Septic gonorrhea can kill you in 3 days. You can screw someone, start feeling ill, go to the hospital, and the people don't think to check for septic gonorrhea. You die there in the hospital before they figure out what it is.
And people think it's the jab, and it's like, no, no, no,
No,
no,
some of
no.
these people are dropping dead from gonorrhea, from the STDs, can start
Correct.
this down. Some people are dying from parasites. You can kiss someone who's
Correct.
put their mouth on one too many people's assholes, suck on their tongue, and it gets in your throat, and it goes, and there's a little parasite, it goes right into your heart, and it takes your heart out. You can kiss someone, you didn't even know that they did that. Did you know that Legionnaire's disease has a link to sex, and that you can hug someone and reach in that stuff get and kill your ass because you hug someone. You're not even trying to like screw, just being nice. They got on their rainbow. That's still my
What
friend.
disease is that again?
Legionnaires. Remember they shut down the Atlanta Sheraton?
Yes.
Okay. Legionnaires, no, they shut that bitch down.
Oh, wow.
And it was in the pool. People got in the water. You know what? You can get staph infections. Also, can come out someone's ass. So
Yes, you
persons
can.
do all kind of crazy sex, and they got on their speedos and they're falling off in the water. There's not enough chlorine. They got some African manager trying to save money, and the stuff, the water. Once it goes to the trunk, it bumps up against your ass, and there's a hole torn in it because your sphincter muscle's been blown out from being fucked in the ass. Then that water in the swimming pool keeps going up in your ass. Each time you move, it's like a vacuum. All that bacteria and viruses in your ass get into the pool water. Then everybody gets sick because you were in the pool.
Wow.
And they're super bugs. There are bugs that they can't stop. Did you know if I'm a nasty person, I have sex with everybody and I get a super bug, I can put my drawers in the washing machine with hot water and bleach. And that super bug will survive the hot water and bleach. And I put those drawers in the dryer. And in the drying process, that bacteria goes to all the clothes, which means everybody can get infected from one person's drawers. That's how they get. Do you know how many hundreds of thousands of Americans die from infections in hospitals every year that they don't talk about?
That is
And,
true. My
and
mother used to
it's
say that.
happening because dirty lifestyles. Black folks, white supremacy, racism, discrimination is no excuse to live immorally, to live nastily. A white supremacy is an excuse to suck dick if you're a man, or to get screwed
Mhm.
in your ass because you're a man, or suck pussy when you're a woman, or like a sex toy strap on when you're a woman. Well, I've earned my right to be a lesbian because white oppressed. Bullshit. There's a creator that made us for a function. And by the way, you never find yourself looking
Right.
for love in all the wrong places and end up infected, sterilized, miserable.
Right.
A lot of these women having problems having babies. You fuck too many people. Well, with a black, yeah. A lot of y'all babies are dying because you've got all that bacteria in your vagina. You screwed everybody on the football team, screwed everybody on the basketball team. And when that baby goes through your birth canal, it gets all of that stuff. It's called microchimera. That baby's exposed to different bacteria and DNA from the other men you screwed. That kills your baby alongside the racist doctors that don't want to save it.
Correct.
When are we going to cut ourselves into being well? When are we going to live something? I'm not perfect. Do I have a dirty mind? Yes. Do I act on my dirty mind? No. In fact, it's not really good to have a dirty mind. In fact, well, it's not completely dirty, but a little bit. I crack a lot of crazy jokes, but I can't do half the stuff I joke about. Sometimes joking for me is a coping
Yeah.
to deal with stuff like hearing about a hog bottom, which is what Neek Mills might be. I never heard of that, a hog bottom. A hog bottom is a person that can't get enough dick up their ass. Damn. Hog.
Damn.
Ah.
Oh.
Hmm.
Oh.
Now, it's time for me to let this sister go to sleep.
No, I want to say that it's a blessing.
But you got to tell people your look. First and foremost, if folks want to write her, Shay, you
Yeah.
need to tell people your email and your contact things, and repeat it about 4 or 5 times.
I will. If you ever want to contact me about politics, California reparations, how to run for Congress, and I also got my life insurance license, you can email me at A Smith, my first initial A Smith, SMITH 951 at hotmail.com. I love meeting new people,
A
especially with
Smith, A Smith 951 at hotmail.com. And
correct.
then her cash app is $ Miss MS AJA 951. Bless
Correct.
her. Let's see if we can at least put 250 or $300. We got another day.
Yes.
We still got to find $1,700. We would love for you guys
Yes.
if the friends of the Angry Black Men's Book Club could put a few dollars on this righteous sister. Y'all have helped me before, believe it or not. Y'all need to know this about me. Like when Miss Eddings didn't have gas, I was broke, but I says, look, I can fill up your gas tank. I'll do that. I send her the money. No questions. And I called and asked her, do you need anything? And then people that do that for me. We've got to share. I
We have
don't
to.
always ask for myself. It may be something I'm doing or someone I want to help. In this instance, notice I'm not talking that much about my cash app. Y'all have been nice to me, although one of the brothers sent me something. Please bless her. She's Miss AJA, MSAJA 951. Miss Aja 951. Any donation.
I appreciate
Understand
it.
something. We've got 32, which is 40, 50.
50.
We've got about 85 people listening, if you or
Yes.
more. If
Yes.
all 85 people gave, wow, $10,
Oh,
it would
that'd be
be that would be $850. If they gave 20, that would almost be it. You'd almost be like through everything. Not saying that that's going to happen, but you know what? When the white man, when Dylan Roth murdered the black people at Mother Emanuel Church, he got $7 million within hours. When the
very
white
quick.
man in New York murdered the black man on the subway, he got multiple $1 million within hours.
Very.
When the African kid went African trick or treating and rang the white man's doorbell and got shot in the head, the
Yep.
Africans, broke ass Africans with the white socks on, came up with money for him. We're the only people that don't give to each other. We give each other hell. We give each other murder. We give each other STDs. We give each other grief. You know, people study that and they decide they don't give a fuck about each other. Why should we?
Right.
When we let people go down, it says something about us as a collective. Before Martin Luther King was killed, assassinated, the Boule let the white folks know that they didn't mind him being killed. They had to get permission from black people to murder Dr. King. There was permission from Elijah Muhammad's inner circle for Malcolm to be killed. The
Yep.
NAACP basically left Medgar Evers out to die.
Yep.
When these people get killed, when folks go down, that we know it's because we permit it. This is my sister. I can't let that happen. At least if it failed, she'll say, you know what? Broke ass, sick ass, non driving ass, living in his mother's basement ass, no kid having, no sex getting ass, Randy tried to help me. All the niggas trying to tell me how fat my booty is. All want to tell me, I'd like to have kids. You'll go, whatever it is, didn't help me.
Right.
She'll be able to say, little broke nigga DC tried. He tried. He prayed with me without begging, you know. Um, and if we have to do better, you see, a lot of people sell out and give up on black folks because they don't see anything worth fighting for. Because if it says where the heart is, there is a treasury, says the Bible. If we don't give to each other, and we don't, we have $1.2 trillion and we give it to people that hate us. Do you
Right.
realize if 200 billion black dollars just circulate among blacks, that would end the poverty? We have everything we need to be a wealthy people,
Yes, we do.
just like in the words of Roberta Flack, another great singer,
Oh, yes.
with Donny Hathaway. Where is the
I like.
love?
I love Donny
Where
Hathaway.
is the love? Where is the
What's the
love?
love?
Where
I
is
cannot sing.
the love? Where is the love? Right?
My mother
Okay.
used to play that.
Where is the love, people? So, as much hell as I give feminists, that has nothing to do with how I feel about Black Rose or Brooke or the other people or about uh, all the other sisters that I deal with. And they know it. They can call, and if I can do something, I don't say, "Okay, Asha, you fine." No, I need to get them skins, girl. I work hard for you. I mean, man, I can't get a blowjob out of this. Just
Nope.
a little
Nope.
blowjob.
Nope.
Not
Nope.
even a Kamala special and shit. I don't want
The
you.
Kamala special. Nope.
No, because no, only
I
she
get.
can do that. I mean, she is the Houdini with semen. I mean, she's made it all disappear. Okay,
So how many people are on?
okay. Right now, it's that's 50, 51, 50. I don't know how many over here, and then 51 plus that's 80, 86. It's somewhere between that, so it's about 86 people.
So about $20.
Oh well, if they do it,
If they
and
do
it's
it,
okay. Please share this with
please
everyone.
share it.
Someone said that Kamala Harris is a lesbian. Yes, I think that she's a stud. I think that
Oh,
Kamala
honey.
Harris is a stud, and Many of Kamala Harris's friends from undergrad, none of them has married. Okay, I went to Howard with them.
Really?
They were hoes. They were hoes. I mean, they're freaks. I mean, it goes with the territory. I don't believe she can love anyone.
Wow.
She's like Diddy. I don't think she loves anybody.
But
I don't think
herself.
she loves her father. Maybe she loves her sister. Maybe they did it. I don't know. I mean, it's so weird. Okay, maybe the way that Montel was holding both their hands and shit, like he was like boinking both of them. This is weirdness. It's just evil. Please don't vote for Kamala Harris. And yes, I know y'all don't like Dorito Orange Man, aka Donald Trump, but you know what? We had him for 4 years. We've
Yeah.
seen whatever the worst he's going to do. We already know. The problem with most of you listening is most of you have not studied Kamala Harris's record in
Correct.
California. Her record, she did more to hurt black people in California as a senator and as a DA
And Attorney General.
and attorney general than Donald Trump did to all the black people in America and Africa. She hurt more people.
Yep.
And people need to remember that. Donald Trump, even when black folks dog Donald Trump, you never hear him run on and say nigga this, nigga that. Maybe he says it privately, but apparently I've seen, I mean, he's taken a lot of disrespect we wouldn't take.
Correct.
I'm convinced
Correct.
that a part of him might be bigoted, but it is not racist. I'm sort of bigoted, not because I want to be, but it's hard not to have some prejudice. Okay, it is. And he's from a generation of white where almost everybody's totally racist, and he's like running with Mike Tyson and Michael Jackson, all this other kind of stuff.
Correct.
And I want to say to everybody, if you can't vote, if you have to do a protest vote, please vote for Janet Jackson. Write her ass in. Write in Janet Jackson. That's who I would say. If you can't vote for Trump, you can't vote for Jill Stein. You can even vote for her, especially if you're a towelhead black person. You like a doom coon. You want to run with that. Jill Stein. There's so many people to vote for. Cornel West. But
Yeah.
please, and you know what? One thing we know that Cornel West will not do as he campaigns for president. Do you know what that is?
Mm-mm.
Go to a barber shop. Because that nigga, but
Oh, he been
never,
overdue for a
Cornel West
haircut.
did not campaign in a barber
Please.
shop because niggas in there, man, why are you in there? You ain't even trying to support black business. Fucked up natural. You got.
He,
Can you imagine Cornel West? We wouldn't even know who he was if he got
if he,
like
but if he got it cut down shorter, but a little bit better.
Anyway. No, I'm telling the truth. Cornel West is not going to go to a black barber shop. He's not going to do it because people be cracking on him, man. In fact, people say, I don't have any sheep shears, dude. Well, let me just get the regular scissors. I'm going to do that first. You can't fuck up my clippers and shit. And this is just
Oh
some
my
campaign.
God.
Anyway, let's pray real fast.
Okay.
God, help this sister. She needs $2,000.
Yes.
Move on. Anyone that sees this to send her a $ MSAJA951 to cash out her some money so she can hold her house, run for Congress, stand up for the unborn, stand up against illegals, stand up for reparations, and for her to establish business and her not-for-profit 501c4 so she can become a lobbyist and an advocate for Black rights and for Black veterans. Help her out. She needs it. We thank you for the $6,000. We thank you for the phone bill. We thank you for the groceries donated. We thank you for everybody that gave tonight. Pray that you bless me so I can send this up to two so we can just get her past this so we can get this done. And we thank everybody. We thank you for the Angry Black Men's Book Club. We thank you for Black Rose. We thank you for my wonderful moderators, Brother L. Hotep and Sister Brooke and all of them. And we pray that you just wake up Black folks, open their eyes. We pray that you make Kamala stumble. Don't let this cosplaying whore be our president. We already had a cosplaying fag. You're not supposed to like them. Please don't show any favoritism. Please be like Old Testament. Don't be New Testament with her. And we'll be so thankful. Amen.
Amen.
Okay.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. I talk to God like I feel. I mean, so God, please
You
shut your mouth.
do.
Okay.
Your
What you
prayers,
found out
and
tonight?
I tell you, and I want to tell everybody, Dr. Short, I can say you are one of my biggest best friends. You're my
Okay.
brother in Christ.
Oh, that's great. Thank you. I'm
You are my
honored.
brother in Christ.
Hmm.
We have always have the most enjoyable conversations, especially when you call me up impersonating somebody, and I'm like, "Is this really him? Who is
No,
this?"
I love impersonating people. As Donald Trump would say, I'm the best president that you're going to get. Kamala Harris, she wasn't black. She's
We
not
gotta go.
black. I'm more black than she is. I'm more black. You didn't see her when she was made up. They made her skin dark.
Oh
I'm the
Lord.
president. I loved you guys. I did everything. I let you guys, let the homies out of jail. And you know, this little lying. I mean, she does a lot of BJs. BJs, it's not presidential. They belong beneath the desk in the Oval Office, not sitting there. Then she's not going to pass anything but gas. I want everybody to come out. Don't listen to the people at the NACP, the Boule, those guys. What have they done for you lately? You don't even have reparations. They won't bring it up. I asked them, what do you people want? What do you people need? And they told me I was racist when I asked them. I said, you people, well, what am I supposed to say, niggers? I'm trying to be open. I need your support. I also want you to remember I didn't put Sheree Peoples in jail. Kamala did it. Kamala kept the homies in to fight the forest fires in California.
Yeah.
Kamala went after Michael Jackson. Now all you guys like him. Remember he would moonwalk. It was really great. It was really the biggest thing of when he would go backwards. I mean, Biden can't even walk straight, but Michael Jackson could walk backwards. And she went after him. It was really terrible. It was really, really terrible. And it just, you guys, Obama betrayed you, and Kamala's going to treat you a lot worse. She's just Obama with boobs. She's not black. She's not black. She's not black. I know what black is. I used to hire them on a football team. They would come to my casino. I know black people. I've had them on the payroll. I've been good to them. Don't vote for Kamala, people. I want to remind everybody again.
That
I
was
went
so
to
good.
Howard with Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris was a Kappa sweetheart. That means that basically they were screwing all the Kappas, them and their friends, drugs. And she has a lot of contempt and hatred for black men for the shit that she had to do when she's young. That's why she's so ruthless. So I can't eat and I can't digest, nor can I pay bills with Willie Brown's blowjobs.
Nope.
Her screwing him and Montel doesn't do anything for the rest of us. And
Nope.
she doesn't have enough tongue to suck us all off. And therefore, like the teacher would say, you have to have enough candy to share with everyone and don't bring it to class. If she can't give all we black men blowjobs and jobs, then we shouldn't support her. She can't do us all. Okay, her tongue would get dry before she finished like the NBA. We need to and stand up. It's time to
Yes.
defy
Yes.
ignorant people, ignorant boule
Yes.
people, ignorant sisters, ignorant brothers, no good nigger preachers that are being paid to lie to you, no good celebrities. Magic Johnson is despicable.
Ooh.
Magic Johnson is he's been pushing the gay agenda since the early 2000s. He's one of the main people that helped California's gay marriage law. He's an enemy
Yes.
of the people.
That is
Look
true.
at his son, looking prettier than Simone Sanders and with less weight too. And if Magic Johnson cared so much about black men, how come he doesn't talk about his late friend Jermaine Stewart? We don't have to take our clothes off to have a good time.
Oh.
We can dance and sing the whole night long. And it's alleged Magic Johnson was lovers to Jermaine Stewart, who died from AIDS. Why isn't Magic Johnson doing something to warn black men about the danger of AIDS if he even really had it?
That's a
You guys,
good one.
if you guys want to,
That's a good one.
if you guys want to help, tell everybody that we're back. We're going to be
Yes.
raising hell again.
Yes.
Kamala is, I would call her pre-rehab. She's the black pre-red. She's the black pre-rehab Betty Ford. We have it on high account that the AKAs at Howard in the 80s used cocaine to go through the rigors of being online. I would say that some of the cognitive defects that you see in Kamala Harris are highly likely to be due to probably substance abuse. That's drugs and alcohol.
Yep.
And I think that they hide her from the public because she relapses with drugs and alcohol. And they need to keep drying her ass out before they can put her in front of the public. People who abuse drugs have advanced cognitive problems.
Yes, they do.
No one's talking about it. They keep talking about Trump. Trump's almost 80. Trump is sharper than she is, and she's not 60, which means Trump is 28, almost 29 years older than Kamala.
Correct.
And they compare him to her. And actually, no, they don't compare him to her. They simply attack him on his age alone.
Correct.
And they refuse to look at her issue externally. Now they're beginning to say it. You saw how she screwed up on 60 Minutes. And she likes drinking. If you listen to Judge Joe Brown, a friend of mine, Kamala Harris is a shameless harlot, a person that will approach a woman's husband in front of her. This is not a woman with high morals. I'll tell you something. When you see all those wrinkles in her neck, Kamala Harris and I are just 3 months apart. Look at my neck. Look at how tight this is.
That's perfect. That's nice.
Okay.
Yeah, that's
I'm
perfect.
59 years old. She's 59. There's no wrinkles, okay?
Yep.
You also need to understand things that can damage the skin. As if you've been put in your mouth or something on someone's rear end, or if you have your head on someone's behind, that stuff can get in and destroy and mess with your skin. Y'all need to understand sex ages people.
Yes, it does.
Excessive sex ages people.
Yes, it does.
Look at how that, and so all that makeup, they darken her and they cover her. She doesn't even look like what you think she does.
Nope.
Wake up, people. I'm not asking you to love Trump. I'm not asking you to do kumbaya or do civic nonviolence and get the shit kicked out of you in some protest. I'm telling you that anytime they keep trying to kill this man, every president that they've tried to kill has always been one, even if they didn't want to, they did for black people. Kennedy, Lincoln, and now Trump.
Correct.
If you haven't heard about the Platinum Plan, you say you like Ice Cube. When Donald Trump sits down with Ice Cube and other people to say, what can I do to get black votes? Biden and them have been there 4 years. Kamala Harris won't meet with Ice Cube. She won't go and talk to anybody.
No.
And we're going to do a show on collaborators. I think I'm going to do that. We need to understand people like Roland Martin, D.L. Hewley, all these people are traitors. You're going to have to decide between the patriots who love black people and America.
Correct.
But in the right order.
Correct.
And those people that love themselves and don't care about us.
Correct.
Hewley is Greek. Roland is Greek. There are a lot of people that are Greek, and I'm sorry. Can you be for black people and be in a black Greek letter organization? No, you can't. You need to quit. These are Luciferian organizations that have been taking our people in the wrong direction for decades, and it's enough of this bullshit. I want to say in the great words, MFM, we need our motherfucking money.
Yes, we do.
We need our MFM. We need reparations. We need justice. We need families. We need land. We need guns to protect it.
Yes, we do.
We need unity. We must save ourselves from our enemies from within and from all the outsiders that wish to pick our bones like we're roadkill.
Yep.
I'm signing off
I
from the
appreciate it.
Angry Black Men's Book Club. Remember us. You're
Yeah.
going to see Aja again.
Yes.
Tell somebody I'm back. If I have to drug every night, hell, you guys like the black celebrities that drug. I'll just be taking herbal drugs.
Never
And y'all
drugs.
like seeing people high anyway, so I may as well be me. At least I'm saying something. All right. Good night,
Good
guys. Love
night.
you.
God
God
bless.
bless you guys.
Keep up the fight.
Yes, that's right. And treat everybody like they're white.
Yes.
Okay, but since we don't like being black, treat everybody like they're white.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Thank you.
Let me end this stream here. Okay.
This was fun.
Oh yes, it's always fun.
Because,
And
I'm going to be starting mine very
sure,
soon.
sure.
And got to put up some topics. Definitely talk about what's going on with the VA, the issues, other things.
And you need to talk to black women. You need to make an appeal to black women.
I am.
So
Some women from my women's group, my MST group, my friend Donna, she wants to come on the show and talk about the issues, especially how women are being treated at the VA. I mean, they come up with all these great programs, but it still doesn't solve the issue.
well, that's what we can jump on that. So let me stop this, and I'll call you.
Okay.
Let
Let
me
me-
bring this too close. Give me 1 second.
Okay. Let me get Fanny situated. She made her appearance.
Yeah, I'm glad Selfish is outside.
I'm gonna log off.
Okay.